Unfinished business. What does it mean? Is it office work left on the desk for the next day? Is it waiting on someone else to fulfill the end of their bargain? Or is it a dream of what the future may hold? There is no set answer, and the same rings true for the girls of Caribou County. Welcome to girls basketball, where it doesn't matter if you're a fan of the Cardinals of Soda Springs, the Grizzlies of Grace, or the Cowgirls of North Gym. All three share one common bond: unfinished business. And this year, there is a fire inside to make sure nothing is left on the table and that nothing is put off for next season. Girls basketball on KBRV The Bear and MyLocalRadio.com is brought to you by Monsanto, Hunziker Ford, Silver Star Communication, and by Cook Brothers Broadcasting. Now sit back and relax and enjoy the season of heart, hustle, and determination as the girls of Soda Springs, Grace, and Bancroft leave it all on the court in search of the titles and dreams which eluded them last season. All on your home for the best of Caribou County athletics.
And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, once again to the home of the Real Dairy Shootout, brought to you by the United Dairymen of Idaho. I am Caleb Berggraf. Alongside me, to my right, high above the court here at Bishop Kelly High School, Kirby Martineau, and Kirby's semifinals. And this is where things really start to, this is where the rubber meets the road at this point in time.
It does. Those teams that come here that are a little bit weaker in the state, they're pretty much eliminated from a championship round anyway. Now you get down to the 4 elite teams, and fortunately, Soda Springs is one of those teams. This
year, they are going to be taking on, well, the Malad Dragons. I mean, tell me if you've heard this one before. Soda Springs versus Malad, and I'll tell you what, the Cardinals, while they may have had some easier wins against Malad this year, I don't think any of them have necessarily been easy, except for the idea that Malad has not been able to handle the press very well. But last night, for the first time when I've seen them, granted it was not a press like the Ryrie press or like the Soda Springs press, but last night the Cardinals, or the Melba Mustangs press, really did not affect the Malad Dragons that much.
Well, and I think there's a reason for that. I think the main reason why is because their press was not nearly as effective as what the Cardinals run. It was a good press, but it wasn't enough to really slow down the Malad Dragons. But Soda press is a little bit tougher, and I think it will cause Malad some problems tonight.
Malad, though, did gain lots of confidence in that game, and the reason I say that is because not only did they win, they won it really going away. I mean, Melba made a comeback late. It was a 49-40 win. Melba cut it down to as little as 5 at one point in time, but Malad had built it up to a 17-point lead before that happened at the end of the third quarter of play, and the only reason Melba really made some comeback and made some progress into that was because of foul trouble that Malad started getting into.
I agree. Another interesting thing, too, that you need to consider, trying to beat the same team 5 times in one season is difficult. You wouldn't think so. If you beat them 4 times, you think it's an automatic win the 5th time. But that's not necessarily true, because every time we play them, they pick up on a little bit more of what we do, how to guard against it, and all that kind of stuff. And so they're prepared, and the girls really do feel like they can beat Soda Springs tonight.
And I'm talking to the coach, I'm talking with everybody there. The one thing that the coaches were a little bit worried about for the Malad Dragons was the fatigue issues that might have come, because Melba did push them late in that game. And Malad was not able to get their starters, particularly the Peterson twins, until Emma Peterson fouled out off of the court. And that, I think, is going to be something that could play into this game, especially late, if it ends up being a very close contest.
I agree. You know, another interesting thing, too, last night, I was sitting with the people from Malad last night, cheering for Malad in their game, since they're part of our conference. They have a different view on this. Some of the parents said the only way Soda can lose to Malad is if we take a collection up and see if we can pay off the officials tonight. That's the only way we can beat. But I think that's the parents' frustration, watching their kids go out against the Soda Springs Cardinals and get beat night after night. The kids don't feel that way, and deep down the parents don't either. They were just making light of the situation. They'll do well tonight, I think.
This should be a great game. Hopefully it's better than the game we're watching right now, although St. Mary's has trimmed the deficit 65-49. They trail to the Ryrie Bulldogs, a 16-point lead for Ryrie with 1:43 left to go in this one. Ryrie emptying their bench a little bit. They have just about punched their ticket into the state championship tomorrow at 1:40. The Soda Springs Lady Cardinals hoping to follow. We have more pregame coming up for you after this. We'll have our standout student, Jakendra Harrison, will be joining us, a senior at Soda Springs High School. She'll be talking about how her senior year's been going and what might be coming up next for her. Also, we'll be sitting down and talking with the Malad assistant coach. Unfortunately, we were unable to get one of the Soda assistant coaches or any of the Soda players before tonight's game, but we will be talking a little bit more about what the Cardinals will be bringing in this matchup, what you and I have noticed, and what we've noticed from the first few times these Malad Dragons have taken on the Soda Springs Cardinals. All that's coming up on our pregame show. We are at the semifinals of the 2A Real Dairy Shootout State Championships for Idaho High School girls basketball, and it's all coming up on KBRV The Bear, your home for Caribou County Athletics.
This presentation of Caribou County Athletics is being brought to you by State Farm Insurance of Montpelier, Idaho. State Farm is here to help life go right. Call Scott at 208-847-0141 for personal service.
Let technology make life a little easier and give you peace of mind about your home. With affordable security and smart home options, SilverStar makes it easy to take the first step. Keep an eye on what's important to you and be able to act before an incident becomes an emergency. You're in good hands when you choose SilverStar. We've been bringing cutting-edge technology and star treatment customer service to Eastern Idaho and Western Wyoming for nearly 70 years. Call us today and ask about our starter security and smart home packages.
Get it to go at Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs and Patterson Easy Way in Grace, Idaho. From pizza to potato wedges, from burritos to the jalapeno flavored corn dogs, from candy, clothing, car accessories, and fountain drinks, convenience is fun. And Patterson Quick Stop and Patterson Easy Way help to fill your needs conveniently. They have something for everyone: food, fuel, and fun at Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs and Patterson Easy Way in Grace. Right here, right now.
If you're looking for live local sports, local news, weather, live classifieds, and free photo downloads, search no more. MyLocalRadio.com has what you want. Watch your teams live or browse the tens of thousands of photographs of Wyoming, Utah, and Idaho high school events, from speech and drama competitions, rodeo, an array of different athletics, activities, community events, and so much more. Visit MyLocalRadio.com today and find what you're looking for. Whether it's warm outside and you need an air conditioning system, or cold outside and you need a new natural gas furnace, Reed's Plumbing and Heating has what you need to keep your family comfortable, and there's never been a better time to convert to natural gas. With great service and expertise, Reed's is your all-weather friend in southeastern Idaho. Call us today, 208-547-4466, and we'll get right to work making your home comfortable and cozy. That's Reed's Plumbing and Heating at 208-547-4466. Natural gas, it's worth asking for.
Caleb Burgraff joined here with Jakendra Harrison, who is a senior at Soda Springs High School. And first of all, Jakendra, when you think about the senior year, almost done with it now, you're into the second semester, how's it been going?
It's been really good. Scary to think I'm almost done, but really good.
When you think about classes that you've been taking this year, what have been classes that have really drawn the passion out of you, that you've really enjoyed taking?
I like soda pops. It's really fun and just what you want to do. Other than that, I'm taking really easy classes, so not a lot.
The easy classes always seem to be something that's good to take your senior year because you have your focuses spread out in a lot of different places. If you had a subject, though, that you could take that was one of the generic subjects or one of the gen ed subjects, are there any of those that really stand out to you, or are there any classes at all that really stand out to you as ones that you'd love to take just hour on hour on hour?
Literature, so I guess English, but not all the grammar. So.
What's your favorite type of book to read when it comes to novels? Is it poetry that you like, or what type of literatures?
I don't know. I like it. I like a broad anything, really. Anything to read.
Do you like to write as well, or is it mostly just cut off to the reading?
Yeah, I actually have a couple poems published.
Any flares or any taste of those that you give, or not necessary right now?
Not really, no.
I can't blame you. We'll have to go online or have to go find them where they're published and get those out there. What about teachers? Now that you've been a senior, you've gotten to go through every teacher here at the high school, I'm sure. Any one of the teachers here that really stand out to you that you've enjoyed taking classes from?
I like Mrs. Jones. She's really nice and helpful.
Fits in with the English side of things as well. You're getting ready to go to college. What do you look for in a professor? What do you look for in a teacher? What makes a great teacher to you that really connects with you that you can learn with?
Someone who's a little more personal, that are willing to work with you and help you understand.
You've been in choir and are part of Soda Pops here. What's it like being a part of a small school choir at Soda Springs?
It's really fun. You get to know a lot of different people that you wouldn't think would be your friends, but you get along.
Are there any memories that have really stood out to you from your 4 years being a part of that?
Mostly just our performances when we did like Harry Potter and Alice in Wonderland. That was really fun.
Those always end up expanding the imagination a little bit. Now, while music is something I'm sure you love, it's not what you're going to be going to college for. What did you decide to choose as the future path?
Social work.
What made you want to get into that?
I spent a lot of time at hospitals, and I didn't want to do the medical side of things, so I wanted to help the kids emotionally.
And that's a great field to get into. Are you excited to go to Utah State for that? Is there a reason in particular you chose Utah State?
Honestly, I wanted to go to Utah State since I was like 8. I don't really know why, because none of my family has gone there, but I've always wanted to, so yeah, I'm excited.
We'll wrap it all up with this, Jakendra. And that, when you think about Soda Springs High School, what makes this a good place to come to school? What makes this an enjoyable place to attend?
I think because it's small, you get to know a lot of people and you get to do a lot of different things. So it's really involved.
We really appreciate you talking with us. Good luck as you finish out this senior year and move on to the next steps in your life.
Thank you.
This presentation of Caribou County Sports is being brought to you by Arctic Circle. After the game, be sure to grab dessert at Arctic Circle, where they have above-the-rim shakes and malts, as well as the best soft-serve cones in town.
In a word, breastfeeding is amazing.
It's empowering. It's the best thing I can do for my baby.
It's rewarding.
While every mom has a different way of describing breastfeeding, we all need help and encouragement. So know that support is there for you, from your family or from your friends. And at womenshealth.gov/it's only natural.
Breastfeeding. It's only natural.
Mother's love, mother's milk. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
My name is Greg Anderson, third generation dairy farmer. I have an app on my smartphone that I can pull up almost anything you want to know about any of these cows. Their birth date, their calving date, how many pounds of milk they gave, what's the percent fat of the milk, whether I'm in the office or out in the midst of the cows, or if I'm on vacation, I can see what's happened to a certain cow or what's been her history.
Idaho Dairy Farm Families, where good comes from.
Caribou County Athletics on KBRV are brought to you by Bear Lake Dental, where their commitment is to provide you with the highest standard of personalized dental care in a gentle, efficient, and professional manner. Call 208-847-0153 to schedule your appointment with Bear Lake Dental.
Are you among the millions of Americans living with chronic pain? If so, you may think prescription opioids are the solution. Truth is, opioids only mask the pain, and they come with serious side effects, from nausea to withdrawal symptoms to overdose. There is another choice: physical therapy. Physical therapists treat pain through movement and exercise. Choose physical therapy. Visit moveforwardpt.com. This public service announcement is brought to you by the American Physical Therapy Association.
This production of Caribou County Athletics is being brought to you by London Drug and Grace, your good neighbor pharmacy, locally owned, locally loved.
Welcome back out to the home of the Real Dairy Shootout. Caleb Burgraff alongside Kirby Martineau in our pregame show with 13 and a half minutes or so until the start of game number 2. This time the Soda Springs Cardinals taking on the Malad Dragons. And I'll tell you what, Kirby, this one we were talking about a little bit before could be a different game than I think people are expecting it to be, because the Malad Dragons, they're building up confidence. And we had a chance to sit down and talk with the assistant coach of the Malad Dragons. You and I will have a chance to talk a little bit more about what she has to say when we come back. But right now her interview joins us on KBRV The Bear, your home for Caribou County Athletics.
Caleb Burgraff here with one of the assistant coaches for the Malad Dragons, Lindsay Edwards, kind enough to join us. And first of all, Lindsay, congratulations. Pulling off the upset of the night last night, getting against the Melba Mustangs and being able to pull off that win. What was the emotions like in the locker room when you guys went and talked with the girls after pulling it off?
They were really, really excited, just because we didn't talk about how we were the underdogs in that, and the media polls and everything that was going on. We didn't talk about with our team, but come to find out, they all knew about it. And when we got in the locker room, they all were like, take that. It's just about proving ourselves, and these girls really want to prove themselves.
When you look at the way that you were able to beat Melba, we talked about this a little bit off mic, but the fact that you were able to have such a tough schedule and played teams like Soda Springs and played teams like Ryrie, how much does that really help when you get to this stage when you have such a tough schedule despite your record?
Well, it's helped us mentally a lot. It's taken us a while mentally to figure out what we are and who we are. We know the abilities there, but playing teams like that has helped us. All right, we just played that team. This is what happened. Let's go back home. We're going to get better. We're going to get better. And that's how it's helped us. If we just played teams that didn't push us and make us harder, we wouldn't be here.
The offense rolled through Hannah Peterson last night, but it wasn't just her. I mean, Shawnee Simpson, as a sophomore, really had a huge game as well. What did that do, and was that the game plan going into it, of spreading the ball around the big so there wasn't one weapon that they had to put pressure?
Well, we knew we wanted to pack it inside. We knew that our height, and at the beginning of the game, we just told them, you've got to go inside. You're jittery, your shots might not fall at the beginning. We need layups, and that was our game plan, was to pack it inside. And Shawnee, she did outstanding. She came through. I mean, I think the rebounds were 52 to 30 something. We out-rebounded them, so they did their job.
Looking at tonight's game now, Soda Springs, version 5. What happens when you guys are coaches going into this one, where you're starting to plan things around after 4 different times playing the same team, and now you get them again?
Well, we're sitting here going, all right, what's going to be different? What's changing? What do we need to change on our side? Because we know Soda, they know us. We know each other so well. We're wondering, there's there really enough time to change anything, or it's just going to be a game about heart?
We'll wrap it up with this, Coach. And when you think about tonight, what is the number one thing that you guys have to do well in order to get a win tonight?
We've got to rebound well. No second chance shots. And we need to be able to concentrate through the contact and make our layups.
We're really looking forward to the game tonight, and it should be a fantastic contest, a display of District 5 in front of all the people in Boise. Thank you so much again for the time.
Thank you.
I think one of the biggest things that we heard in that interview with the assistant coach of the Malad Dragons, I think the biggest thing that comes out of that one is the fact that it's not the confidence that they gained from playing Soda and Ryrie. Is you don't get confidence when you go 0-6 from teams. It's the experience that they gained and the knowledge that they gained. And it's a lot like you said. The fans might be worried about playing Soda Springs, but these girls out there on the court, there's no worry. And you can tell the look on their faces, they're not concerned. The first few times that we saw them go against the Soda Springs Cardinals, their eyes were saucers. And at this point in time, the fact is the second game of state, the fact they were on a big stage, the fact they pulled off a big upset, the fact they played Soda before, I think all that is factoring into the fact this has just become routine for them at this point in time. The big question is, has losing become a routine for the Malad Dragons? That is what needs to be answered still.
And that weighs heavy on some of these Malad players, some of these younger ones especially, that have had a very difficult time even representing their school halfway decently in a ball game that's so lopsided. One thing that she said, though, that I really picked up on is who's got the heart to win. When you get this far, heart has a lot to do with how you play the game and how the outcome is going to be. And I think they have got a lot of heart, but on the other side of that, I think the Cardinals have a whole lot of heart also.
And the Cardinals, their heart came through last night, although it was not the prettiest of wins. They got a 41-31 win over the Declo Hornets. Declo, by the way, losing and are officially eliminated from the state tournament with a 56-38 loss to Melba. Cole Valley, in case you are curious how they did, the Chargers beat Marsing and the Huskies 65-56 earlier today. That was the first game of the day. St. Mary's toppled by Ryrie 69-53. The Ryrie Bulldogs moving on to the state championship game in the Real Dairy Shootout. Soda Springs Malad coming up just about 5 minutes and 47 seconds. We're going to take another break, and when we come back, we'll talk about the Cardinals, talk about the Keys, and talk about what tonight's game might bring for Soda Springs, what has to go right for them in tonight's game, and what their attitude has to be as the Cardinals get set for their semifinal matchup with the Malad Dragons, round 5 of this battle between two District 5 rivals on KBRV The Bear and MyLocalRadio.com.
This presentation of Caribou County Athletics is being brought to you by Crop Production Services of Bancroft. Call 208-648-7891 to learn how to get the best production out of your crops.
When the time comes, you'll want true compassion balanced with clinical care for your mom or dad, grandma or grandpa. Edgewood Assisted Living Center in Soda Springs provides a warm, caring, and secure environment for individuals who need medication assistance, healthy meals, and assistance with daily activities. You can help by introducing them to our Assisted Living Center. Come on in for a tour and consultation. Find out about our monthly move-in specials and respite visits. Furnished suites are available. Call 208-547-0257. The Edgewood Assisted Living Center in Soda Springs, Idaho, a place to call home.
Hi, I'm Todd Hunziker. Most dealers focus on the experience you have just a few moments that you're in their store. At Hunziker Ford, we want to keep you happy forever, and to prove it, we offer warranty forever at no cost to you. So here's the deal. All you have to do is follow the maintenance schedule on virtually anything you buy from us, and the expensive powertrain components are covered forever. That's Todd Hunziker Ford, just east of Lava Hot Springs on Highway 30. It's just that simple.
Here's a look at some of your Lalaton's food specials in Soda Springs for the week of February 16th through the 22nd. Grab yourself St. Louis-style pork spare ribs for $1.99 a pound. Boneless beef cross rib roasts are $2.79 a pound. Western Family 1%, 2%, or skim gallons of milk are $1.99 each. And don't forget about their Fill It Fresh $10 mix or match bags for fresh produce throughout the store. That's a look at some of your Lalaton's food specials for the week of February 16th through the 22nd.
Imagine a mining company who nurtures butterflies. At Monsanto, we plant wildflower seeds on recently mined land. The flowers support a thriving butterfly population, which then feeds small birds, who are in turn hunted by eagles and hawks. By paying attention to nature's detail, Monsanto sustains a broader ecosystem. That's one reason why 6 federal and state agencies have honored us with their highest award for excellence in annual operations. Monsanto. Imagine.
Welcome back out to the home of the Real Dairy Shootout on KBRV The Bear and MyLocalRadio.com. Again, not MyLocalRadio.com, only on KBRV The Bear tonight. It's old habits die hard, I'm telling you. It's terrible right now. Hopefully for the Soda Springs Cardinals, old habits die hard as they get set to take on the Ryrie Bulldogs. And Kirby, when you think about what the Cardinals have to do right in this game, is there anything that particularly stands out to you?
For this game tonight, they really need to play good ball. They can't look back and say, hey, we beat this team 4 times. This is going to be an easy one. I think they forgot about those 4 wins already. They're focused on the team in black tonight, knowing that, hey, this is the only team that can stop us from getting to that final round. They're focused on winning this ball game. They're not looking at the numbers or the players. They're just looking at a black team down there that needs to be beaten.
And and the thing about that is, that was the biggest concern for the coaches. Talking with the coaches yesterday, they were nervous about Malad. They would have almost rather played Melba not because necessarily they had all the matchups and all that against Melba. They were wanting to play Melba more because it's a new team and you're not sick of playing that team and you already have a premonition of what you do against that team. There's no habit that's been formed. And I think that's the biggest thing, as you said, the Cardinals have to do is get that habit out. The other habit they have to break is their weaker second halves, as their second halves throughout this season have had a tendency, some of that's been because they've been putting younger players out there in those, but even sometimes when they've had the starters out there, their second halves have had a tendency to be somewhat lackluster.
I agree with that, and I'm sure that's something the coaches has already spoken to them about. They want to make sure they get off to a quick start. I think if they're going to beat this team tonight, they got to jump on them early, and then they got to come out in the third quarter and show them, hey, we're just as good in the second half as we are the first. If they give this team a chance at all, Malad will give them fits right down to the final gun.
Soda Springs getting set to take to the court. Starting lineups are about to come, and we are going to bring them to you. Brought to you by Mountain View Dental, where they provide general and cosmetic dentistry for the whole family, and they want to wish good luck to the Cardinals from Dr. Walker and his staff. We'll have an update from the Soda Springs boys basketball game coming your way as well. They're taking on the Aberdeen Tigers tonight, and so far, it's good news coming from Soda Springs. Back after this on KBRV The Bear, your home for Caribou County Athletics.
This broadcast of high school sports is being made possible by the Mound Valley Cattle Company in Thatcher, Idaho, serving Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming.
So, who's going to do what? Flashlights?
Nowhere to be found.
Emergency supply kits?
Not packed.
What about blankets?
We have an old towel.
Cell phones?
May not work.
Emergency water?
Not a drop.
Perfect. We all know where we're meeting if we're separated.
The library. On Jones' house. The bus stop.
And I'll be waiting here wondering where you all are. Great. It sounds like we don't have a plan.
Winging it is not an emergency plan. Make sure your kids know what to do during an emergency, who to call, where to meet, what to pack. Visit ready.gov/kids for tips and information. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
Caribou County Athletics are being brought to you by Bear River Head Start, where they are now accepting applications for preschool. Call 435-755-0181 and enroll your 3- or 4-year-old children today.
Paralyzed.
This presentation of Caribou County Athletics is being brought to you by Troy Young Plumbing and Heating. Call 208-221-0581 for all your plumbing needs, including new installs and remodels, repairs, furnace installation, and more.
Time for your starting lineups on KBRV The Bear and MyLocalRadio.com as the Cardinals getting set to take to the court wearing their home white uniforms. Cardinals written across the front, same uniforms they had yesterday with white outlining the red numbers and a thin black outline around that white outline. A good triple depth going on the colors on the front of the uniform for the Cardinals. For the Malad Dragons, they are wearing their road black uniforms. Malad written across the front in orange, outlined in white. The starters for the two teams tonight, and we start with the Malad Dragons. They are led by number 4, 5'7" senior Sadie Simpson. She's followed by fellow senior number 12, 5'7" senior Cassie Love. Number 14 is 6'1" senior Emma Peterson. Number 21 is 6-foot sophomore Shawnee Simpson, who had a fabulous game. We heard about that in the interview earlier for the Malad Dragons against Melba last night. And Hannah Peterson, a 6'1" senior, also set to take to the court tonight for the Malad Dragons. They did not go deep into their bench last night, and I expect the same to happen tonight as it's all hands on deck for the Malad Dragons. But even though you have all hands on deck, it still requires your starters to take the majority of that load, particularly the Petersons. For the Soda Springs Cardinals, they are going to be led by number 2, Sadie Groning. The freshman had 11 points last night. She is 5 feet 7 inches tall and will be the main point guard for the Cardinals. Number 4 is 5'6" junior Casey Smith. Number 13, 5'8" junior Kat McCullough. Number 15 is 5'7" junior Taylor Myers. So I think that is a very generous 5'7" for Taylor Myers. Probably around 5'5" is what I would actually list her at. And wrapping it up, number 24, the major senior leader for the Soda Springs Cardinals, Kirsten Rasmussen, wearing the number 24 and standing at 5 feet 10 inches tall. Cardinals will be working from left to right to open things up. The Malad Dragons working from right to left. Malad in the black uniforms. Soda Springs wearing the home white uniforms. And this, the final game of the day here at Bishop Kelly High School in the Real Dairy Shootout for 2A basketball. And I'll tell you what, if the Soda Springs Cardinals want to make a statement, they have to come with the same intensity Ryrie had earlier.
You know, with these two teams out there tonight, they really don't need to announce who those players are. Not to these two groups of fans that are here to watch these ball games. Malad knows every player we got. We know every player they got. And they're just in for a good ball game tonight.
Opening tip brought to you by Bassett Building and Supply. Center circle won by the Malad Dragons, and Hannah Peterson tipped into the backcourt. Shawnee Simpson gives it to Sadie Simpson, who brings it across the timeline to the left side. Ball taken by Love in the wing. Guarded out there by Smith. Casey forces a pass into Sadie Simpson, who banks one home from the left block. And the Malad Dragons do something they've struggled to do so far this season against the Cardinals. That's taken early lead, 2-0. They're in front, 7 minutes and 36 seconds to go. Soda Springs looking for the answers. The Dragons line up in a man-to-man defense. Sadie Groning goes to her left. That's Casey Smith in the corner, who takes the ball towards the paint, dishes it up top, picked up by Kat McCullough. Kat walks to her right, passes it back to her left. Sadie Groning gives to the free throw line. Myers now rotates it back to McCullough. Kat gives to Groning. Soda Springs showing plenty of patience already this possession, lasting over 25 seconds, and the Cardinals will back it even closer to half court. Groning now brings it back towards the three-point line. To her right, guarded by Sadie Simpson. Outside the three-point line, screen set by Casey Smith. Groning continuing to just dribble back and forth from wing to wing as Wade Schwanevelt hands over his head, talking to her from the bench and asking for his team to run the proper play as the Dragons fans now applauding. This has been a minute-long offensive possession for the Cardinals. Groning wraps it up, dropping home the jumper from 19 feet. Sadie's got her first basket and the Cardinals knotted up. And a steal on the inbounds play. A foul picked up as well. Sadie Simpson picks up the foul as Kirsten Rasmussen stepped in front of an inbounds pass. That is what we're talking about. The Cardinals not afraid to bring up their post, and maybe one of the more athletic players on the team in Kirsten Rasmussen, and she does the job, forcing the turnover. Now the Cardinals almost turn it over themselves. Hannah Peterson to the right corner, nearly snagged the ball away.
They have to watch out for her wherever she is on the court. She's a threat.
6 minutes, 29 seconds to go, all tied up on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard, 2-2. 6.5 minutes as Groning goes to her left, and an offensive foul going to be called on Taylor Myers, setting the moving screen. That's been a problem she's had several times so far this season. Casey Smith picks up the moving screen, not Taylor Myers. It is the second team foul on the Soda Springs Cardinals, and it is Taylor Myers. I was correct on that one. Sadie Simpson had picked up a foul earlier. That was why the number 4 was on the board. Malad almost turns it over on the inbounds play from the far sideline. Passed in now in the backcourt, and Sadie Simpson will be charged with bringing it forward. McCullough and Smith force the pass up ahead to Love, who brings it across the timeline, picks up her dribble, throws it away as the pass tipped away, but stolen right back by Hannah Peterson. She goes to the lane herself, and Rasmussen rises to try and block. Got her with the body, and Hannah Peterson steps to the line as she's got a pair of free throws after a pair of turnovers.
I don't know if that's a good foul by Rasmussen right there, because she was going to get the basket anyway. She's going to get 2 free throws, but we don't have enough bench players to fill that position.
Especially not when it comes to the height of the Cardinals team. Peterson knocks home the first free throw, gives the Dragons a 6-2 lead. 6:05 to go, first quarter of play, early going in this second semifinal of the 2A Real Dairy Shootout for 2017. Second free throw good as well, 4-2. The Malad Dragons doubling up the Cardinals on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. Groning to her right, pulls up on the wing, guarded by Simpson. She's face guarding her and not letting her out of her sight, although a screen set by Rasmussen frees up some space. Groning now goes to her left. Myers sets another screen, but Simpson able to fight through it. Pass goes to Myers, and she's fouled by Emma Peterson on the far sideline. That is going to be Emma's first foul. She got into foul trouble, and if you remember, the reason that the Melba Mustangs were able to come back on the Malad Dragons was foul trouble for the bigs of the Malad Dragons. That's not something they can afford to have happen again. Pass goes to Kat McCullough. The inbounds play is picked up by the Cardinals. Backside, Groning gets it in the block, fires up a little baby hook from the left side, and the rebound picked up by Myers, but a foul on Myers will result in a turnover, and Taylor getting her second foul, team's third.
Sub-in number 33, Casey Anderson.
So the Cardinals with their third turnover, and the Malad Dragons up by 2 with 5.5 to go. We'll see Shawnee Simpson on the far sideline to inbound. Kat McCullough will guard the inbounds play, lost one in. Sadie Simpson takes it on the baseline. Dribbles it into the paint, still in the backcourt, passes it behind her to Simpson once again, the sophomore, seeing Hardwood in front of her, tries to dribble it forward, now skips a pass to Cassie Love. She gives off to Simpson, left wing, before finding it back to Simpson, or Shawnee. Shawnee gets it to Peterson, into Shawnee, and a travel is going to be called as she turns it over, and the Dragons pick up their third turnover as a team. 4-2, your score still sits. 5 minutes, 11 seconds to go. Soda Springs, the offense has been quiet, and in fact, in the last quarter and 3 minutes, they've scored 4 total points as the Declo Hornets really did a good job of shutting down the Cardinals in their matchup last night, particularly in the fourth quarter. Ronning brings the ball back to her left, standing in between the circles, waits some more, still waits, and now dribbles to her right, picks up on the wing and gives to Smith. Just on the three-point line, she dishes up top to Casey Anderson, who's checked into the game for Taylor Myers, playing with 2 fouls, as Groning now steps to her left. Pulls back out near the Knights logo on the court. Now Groning trying to drive into lane, splits a double team, and the foul picked up on the play this time. I think Hannah Peterson picking it up, and that is who it is on. Hannah gets her first, 3 team fouls on the Malad Dragons, 3 on the Soda Springs Cardinals as well. With 4 minutes and 36 seconds to go, Soda Springs and their offense still struggling in this first quarter. The defense, though, has picked up the slack, holding the Malad Dragons to just 4 points as well. Casey Anderson takes the ball in between the rings, waits for somebody to break free, now gives to Smith. Casey will go to her left, on the sideline, tries to get to the baseline, passes off to Kat McCullough, who brings it all the way back around to the top of the key. Gets a screen from Rasmussen. She lofts it back to the corner. Groning for 3. Sadie can't hit off the top of the backboard, and rebounded on the play by Hannah Peterson. Her first of the game, but she throws it away on the way up the court, and the Dragons' 4th turnover ends up stopping the momentum they could have gained, and the Cardinals, with half the time gone in the first quarter, will bring it back. Kat McCullough on the wing, waits for some traffic to move through the lane, finds Anderson on the baseline. She waves around and gets a pass dangerously close to being turned over, but through to Kirsten Rasmussen. Steps to her left, finds Kirsten outside the 3-point line, and Groning will replace her, taking the point. Soda Springs right now, Kirby, struggling to get the ball inside to their posts.
They are, and I'm not sure exactly what type of offense they're trying to set up, but they're patient.
Groning taking that patience, finds some space from 19 again on the left wing, knocks home a deuce. That ties it up 4-4 on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. Sadie Simpson to her right, gets to the baseline, puts up a wild shot of her own, gets it to go. Sadie Simpson answering Sadie Groning shot for shot, and the Cardinals back down by 2. 6-4, Soda Springs yet to lead in this game as Groning steps to the left elbow, dribbles her way through the free throw line before passing to Kat McCullough. Kat gives back down low. Anderson has it batted away from her, off of her hands, and another Cardinal turnover. Therefore, once more finds the Dragons with a chance to try and expand on a 2-point lead, and I think this is what the Cardinals were worried about.
You know, as far as jumping out to a quick lead, that's what we were hoping to do tonight, and that certainly isn't going to materialize with only 4 points and almost 3/5 of the, no, not 3/5, 5/8 of the quarter over.
Danny Smith into the game, as is Jorianne Balls, as Kirsten Rasmussen gets a well-deserved breather. Far side, now a backcourt violation. There was a travel at first, and maybe the 3 lines right around center court might have confused Sammy Williams as she threw it across the middle one and turned it over.
That won't be the first time that's happened in this tournament so far. Twice in the last game they had that same problem.
Up the court comes Sadie Groning. Looks to her right, now passes to her left. Anderson pump fakes, and she travels and turns it back over to the Malad Dragons. Mistakes aplenty for both teams here in the first quarter. Just seem to be rushing themselves a little bit here, and neither one's found a true offensive rhythm. It's been a defensive-dominated game. Up the court, Naomi Corbridge picks up the basketball at the top of the key for the Malad Dragons. They're up 6-4 on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard, and a Hannah Peterson 3-ball will not do anything to add to that lead as Anderson pulls down the first Cardinal rebound of the game. 6-4, 2 minutes and 13 seconds to go. Not a whole lot of rebounds in this game either, partially because of the turnovers, and partially not a whole lot of shots have been put up by either team. Groning continuing to slow this pace down, steps to her left on the wing, gives to Danny Smith. Waiting inside as Jorianne Balls. The pass picked off though, trying to force it inside to Jory were the Cardinals, and it's ripped away on the play by Shawnee Simpson. And up the court, Sadie Groning picks up a foul as she reaches in, and the Malad Dragons will have an inbounds play on the far sideline as Sadie Groning picks up her first, and the Cardinals pick up their 4th. Minute and 51 seconds to go. Leilani Finlayson checks into the game. Sadie Groning taking a seat onto the bench, and the ball will be inbounded and picked up by Sadie Simpson. Cardinals extending to half court, waiting for Sadie to cross the line. She loses the ball as she tried to pass it away. Up ahead, Finlayson takes it to the right of the lane, trying to back her way in, dishes to Smith. Casey tries to dribble in. She's cut off, and the Cardinals will once more back it out as Danny Smith takes over the point guard duties. Steps to her right, on the wing, bounces it back to Finlayson, has it go off of her feet, gets it back, and might have gotten away with a double dribble in the process of doing so. Minute and 22 seconds to go, still 6-4. Casey Smith for three, not able to knock it down. The rebound tipped around and finally secured by Shawnee Simpson. That's only the second Dragon rebound of the night. Minute and 8 seconds to go. To the near side, Simpson trying to step into the lane. She's fouled, and the foul is going to be picked up on Danny Smith as the guard play for the Malad Dragons, much improved from what we've seen earlier this year. They haven't been making too many careless mistakes.
For Malad, they have to be excited so far in this ball game, knowing that the Cardinals don't play a very good second half. So if they can even be close in the first half, they feel good.
And Malad in their game against Melba played a better second half than first half as Hannah Peterson steps to the baseline, fights up a shot, can't get it to go, and a travel will be called. Not a foul. Wasn't sure what it was going to be. I didn't see a foul there as both players kept their feet as Peterson tried to step through and ends up traveling as she stutter stepped as she wanted to force the ball up. That's 7 Malad turnovers, 58 seconds to go in the first quarter, but the Malad Dragons not affected by those turnovers as they still lead at 6-4 on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. Soda Springs with the ball as McCullough dishes to Jorianne Balls from 15 feet. She ties it up on the left baseline. Jory's got her first points, and it's been a freshman showcase for the Soda Springs Cardinals, with all 6 of their points coming from their 2 freshmen, Jorianne Balls and Sadie Groning. Another turnover by Malad. Hannah Peterson tried to get a little bit fancy, bringing it through a double team, tried to dribble behind her back, ends up turning it over. Finlayson can't get a friendly roll inside the rim, and the ball drops out to the Malad Dragons and Shawnee Simpson. Tie game still, 16 seconds to go first quarter. Simpson up to the right side wing. Passes up ahead to Sammy Williams. She fires up to Sadie. She'll line up a 3 ball. Had a hand in her face. Can't get it to drop down. And the rebound poked out of bounds on a smart play by Casey Anderson as she was able to keep it from going into the hands of Hannah Peterson. 5.5 seconds remaining. 6-6 your score. First quarter in a defensively dominated game. To inbound the basketball, Naomi Corbridge gets it to Hannah Peterson. Now up top, Sadie Simpson for 3. Banks it home with nobody near. Sadie's got 7 points as the buzzer sounds, and the Malad Dragons lead it 9-6 after a quarter of play. Not good for the Cardinals as this just giving the Malad Dragons more momentum and more opportunities to build their confidence. Back with your second quarter after this from the Real Dairy Shootout on KBRV The Bear, your home for Caribou County Athletics.
Caribou County Athletics on KBRV are brought to you by Bear Lake Dental, where their commitment is to provide you with the highest standard of personalized dental care in a gentle, efficient, and professional manner. Call 208-847-0153 to schedule your appointment with Bear Lake Dental.
Get it to go at Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs and Patterson Easy Way in Grace, Idaho. From pizza to potato wedges, from burritos to the jalapeno flavored corn dogs, from candy, clothing, car accessories, and fountain drinks, convenience is fun. And Patterson Quick Stop and Patterson Easy Way help to fill your needs conveniently. They have something for everyone: food, fuel, and fun at Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs and Patterson Easy Way in Grace. Right here, right now.
Whether it's warm outside and you need an air conditioning system, or cold outside and you need a new natural gas furnace, Reed's Plumbing and Heating has what you need to keep your family comfortable, and there's never been a better time to convert to natural gas. With great service and expertise, Reed's is your all-weather friend in southeastern Idaho. Call us today, 208-547-4466, and we'll get right to work making your home comfortable and cozy. That's Reed's Plumbing and Heating at 208-547-4466. Natural gas, it's worth asking for.
Welcome back out to the home of the Real Dairy Shootout. The Soda Springs Cardinals down 9-6, but a foul picked up as the Malad Dragons open the quarter, and Hannah Peterson gets her second foul. Malad still leading 9-6 on that Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard as the Cardinals will inbound underneath their own basket. It's Sadie Groning who will start the action on the baseline. Joining her on the court, Casey Smith, Jorianne Balls, Kirsten Rasmussen, and Kat McCullough. Kirsten gets the inbound play, gives back to Kat. who steps between the two circles and gives back outside to Sadie Groning. 7 minutes and 35 seconds to go. Pass down low, finds Jorianne Balls all alone, and she's fouled by Sammy Williams. Easy call there. Sammy left her feet, and Jorianne, stepping to the line, has a chance to build on her 2-point night.
And let's hope that she can hit free throws tonight. She's been very consistent this year with free throws. Now we need her to continue to do that to get us back up and even with the Malad Dragons.
First free throw good, makes it a 2-point affair. 9-7 with 7 minutes and 32 seconds remaining here in the second quarter, just underway in period number 2. Right. Jorianne's second free throw follows the first through. Both teams are 2 of 2 from the foul line in this game so far. 30 seconds into the second quarter. Pass up ahead, finds Hannah Peterson. She tries to cut into the lane, gets caught by 4 Cardinals, and the ball is stripped away as the Dragons turn it over for a 9th time. Up to the top of the key goes Sadie Groning. Brings it to her right, catches a screen from Smith. Looking inside to Rasmussen is Groning. Instead, she gives to McCullough. Cat to her right, dribbling the basketball with both hands, back and forth, passes inside on a give and go to Rasmussen, who turns around and banks it in. Soda Springs, for the first time, taking the lead, knocks it home, and Kirsten Rasmussen gives them a 10-9 lead. 6 minutes and 52 seconds to go. Almost another turnover forced by the Cardinals. Instead, it's a foul. This one is going to be picked up by Kirsten Rasmussen, who just made the basket.
Kirsten Rasmussen charged with a foul. Hey, Jeff.
And on the far sideline, another inbound coming up. Substitutions as well for the Dragons. Emma Peterson will check in for Sammy Williams for the Malad Dragons. Cardinals sticking with the same players except Kirsten Rasmussen with 2 fouls taking a seat. We'll have Casey Anderson replacing her on the court. Ball passed to the near side. It'll be stepping to the right, where it is going to be taken by Shawnee Simpson. Pass back to Shawnee, goes from Cassie Love, dishes to Emma Peterson in the corner for 3, gets a friendly roll and nails the shot. And Peterson, with her first triple of the game, gives the Dragons a 2-point edge once again. 12-10, 6.5 to go in the second quarter. To her left, McCullough spins to the top of the key, into the paint, dumps it to the corner. A pump fake there. We'll see the ball dished up to the free throw line, and a jumper kicks off the back of the rim. No good by Anderson. It's rebounded on the play by Emma Peterson, and she will pass the ball forward. Over to her right, Emma skips it to the right wing. Hannah goes up top to Sadie Simpson. She's covered by Kat McCullough as the defense for the Cardinals sets up with the 3-2 zone, and Anderson and Jorianne setting up the bottom of that zone. Another jumper up, this one missed by Hannah Peterson. Inside her sister, Emma rebounds it. Emma gets the basket and a chance at a 3-point play, and Malad up to a game-high 4-point lead over the Soda Springs Cardinals. It is also the 7th team foul on the Soda Springs Cardinals.
The Cardinals aren't playing the type of ball they want to play tonight so far. I don't know what the problem is, if they're just kind of overlooking, thinking it's going to be easier than what they expected, but whatever it is, they better get back in the game.
And Malad, to their credit, playing better on the inside, taking that same approach they had against Melba into the game tonight. 3-point play completed by Emma Peterson. She's got 3 points, and the lead up to 5 for the Malad Dragons, 15-10. Sadie Groning steps to her right, goes across the top of the key to the wing beyond the 3-point line before picking up her dribble. Hands off to Danny Smith. She'll hesitate and stutter step, but Hannah Peterson step for step with her, keeps her from cutting inside, and now a foul going to be whistled against Hannah Peterson. That goes as, I believe, number 3 for Hannah Peterson, 6th on the Malad Dragons. And the Malad Dragons' biggest star is getting into some trouble right now. That could be a dangerous piece for them.
That was a key play in this ball game. That's really going to hurt the Dragons. They need her not just for rebounding purposes. She's got a great 3-point shot.
Sadie Groning in the game, gets the inbounds play. 5 minutes and 25 seconds to go as a pass inside the paint, tipped away and out of bounds, but last touch by Jorianne Balls, and the Cardinals turn it over for the 7th time in the game, first time in this quarter. 5 minutes and 21 seconds now. The Malad Dragons playing catch with each other in the backcourt as a pass up across the timeline will find Sadie Simpson to her left on the block. Fires one up wildly, can't get a friendly roll, and the rebound rolls off of the hands of Sammy Williams out of bounds, although she does not agree with the call. From our vantage point up here, it was a good call. 5 minutes and 10 seconds to go. Still that 5-point edge for the Malad Dragons. Malad Dragons outscoring the Cardinals in this quarter, 6-4. To her right, Danny Smith at the free throw line, trying to shoot one up, can't get it to go as that one rolls off of the rim. The rebound loose, picked up by Sammy Williams. This time she gets it before it goes out of bounds and gives ahead to Emma Peterson. To her left, all the way to the lane. She loses it off her leg, and once again Malad turns it over. Double-digit turnovers as Leilani Finlayson will check into the game. Still no timeouts taken yet in this first half of play. Both coaches letting their players really try and figure things out themselves. Halfway through the second, Cardinals still trying to find that answer. Will bring Groning up the court. She gives to Finlayson. She'll hesitate to the top of the key. Gives over to Casey Smith, left some space. Doesn't do anything. Now she dribbles in, kicks over to Finlayson. She pump fakes, had an opportunity to drive, but was late on the decision to, and ends up kicking it back out to Balls. Dorian finds Anderson. Another shot from the free throw line, misses everything, and is rebounded on the play, but lofted up ahead too quickly by Sadie Simpson and turned over again. Sadie Groning, another steal, brings it to the top of the key, gets into her right, gives out to Finlayson, and she steps back beyond the three-point line again. Hands off to Groning. She gets some space, steps into the lane, dishes left corner, shot up and good. Casey Smith knocking one home from 18 feet, gets her first basket, and a foul picked up on the play as well. It goes against the Soda Springs Cardinals, and I think Casey Anderson.
23, Naomi Corbridge. 24, Kirsten Rasmussen.
Casey Anderson will take a seat onto the bench. And Kirsten Rasmussen will check into the game for her. On the baseline, Shawnee Simpson with the basketball. Gives it over to the right side and is pushed up the court by Sadie Simpson to the low block. Rasmussen, good defense, blocks the shot away on the block, and a foul called as Sammy Williams tried to reach in and poke it away after it was rebounded, and that is going to send the Cardinals back the other way for free throws, as that is bonus time for Soda Springs. 17 fouls on the Malad Dragons, 8 on the Cardinals. Finlayson, yet to take any free throws at the line tonight, has 1 and 1.
Number 10,
3:44 to go, 15-10, and by the way, that 2-point shot by Casey Smith was waved off because of that offensive foul on Anderson. Inbounds play, passed up ahead, skipped forward, taken by Emma Peterson on the left wing. Throws it back to Sadie Simpson, dips it to the far side. Sammy Williams will go into the paint where it's picked off. Dorian Balls swatting it away, and the Cardinals defense again comes up with a major stop as Casey Smith brings it forward. Dishes out to Groning. Sadie from the left of or right of the top of the key, can't hit. The rebound again goes to Emma Peterson, who finds a backcourt teammate in Sammy Williams. Up ahead now, Sadie Simpson with the basketball. Just over 3 minutes to go in the quarter. 15-10, the Malad Dragons up by 5 on the Soda Springs Cardinals as Williams into the lane, reaches up, gets the contact, and she'll step to the line for a foul shot. Foul picked up on the play.
On the line to shoot, number 5, Sammy Williams.
By Kirsten Rasmussen, goes as her second. And Sammy Williams at the line for a pair will not get the first free throw to drop down. Malad as a team, 3 of 3 from the line so far, Kirby, and now 3 of 4 after missing that free throw. One more coming up for the senior post. At 6 feet, knocks home the second free throw, now 4 of 5. And the Dragons' good free throw shooting, a big difference so far as they have that 6-point advantage.
We need to get Smith out there with that three-point shot rolling so we can get back into this ball game.
16-10, up to the free throw line. Finlayson open again, can't hit from the right side of the rim. Kicks into the hands of Sadie Simpson. Again, the Dragons, though, will turn it over on the way across the timeline. To the left, Finlayson open again. This time she can't hit once more. Rasmussen inside, dicks it outside. Shot up from Sadie Groning, won't find the bottom of the basket. And the rebound this time is controlled by Shawnee Simpson. A lot more rebounds starting to find the hands of the Malad Dragons. The Cardinals just 1 rebound in the game in this second quarter and only 2 rebounds in the game as well. Groning reaches in. Sadie Simpson to the near side, throws it to Sammy Williams. She'll step to the lane herself, fires up a floater, and the rebound goes off of Jorianne Balls, back out of bounds to the Malad Dragons. And Soda Springs offensively just has not had anything going, and defensively the Malad Dragons are starting to chip into them and start to find their way in the paint.
And I think as long as Malad can hang in the ball game like this and keep a little bit of a lead, the more confidence they're going to have and the tougher it's going to be for the Cardinals to get back into this.
Dragons to inbound as a ball thrown away. It was inbounded to Sammy Williams, then she was stripped of it, and Groning brings it forward, steps into the lane, tries to cross over, dumps it outside. Rasmussen from 18, she cans it home. Kirsten gets her 4th point of the game. Cardinals now back within 4. Minute and 45 seconds to go. Soda Springs, by the way, you mentioned that three-point game, has not taken many three-pointers in this game so far. Only 3 opportunities in the game. Is almost a turnover by the Cardinals after they force a turnover from Malad. And now there is a turnover by the Cardinals inside by Rasmussen, but Malad travels and turns it over for a second straight time. They have 16 turnovers in this game, but somehow are leading the Cardinals 16-12.
Turnovers have been a big thing for the Malad Dragons all season long. It's just the pressure the Cardinals put on them. But tonight, that many turnovers, they still lead.
Groning gets the inbounds play to Rasmussen, dish back to Groning, and she is fouled on the way up of a shot. Emma Peterson whistled for the foul. It's the 8th on the Malad Dragons, and Sadie Groning, who's got 4 points in the game so far, will be stepping to the free throw line. 2 opportunities, and the first one finds its way through the iron as it rattles down. The Cardinals get back within 3, 16-3 on a 3-0 run. Can Groning make it a 4-0 run and continue their climb back in? And she can. Knocks it home. She's got 6 points, bringing back shades of Reagan Umauchi last year and what she did to help the Cardinals into the championship game. And she needs to have a performance like that as well as the Cardinals. Another turnover forced by the full court press, but now the Cardinals throw it away into the corner. They turn it over. Mistakes starting to plague both sides. Malad up to 17 turnovers in the game. And 1 minute and 19 seconds remaining in the second quarter have Malad on the baseline getting set to inbound the basketball. Pass goes into the backcourt with Sammy Williams skipping it across to Simpson. She finds Emma Peterson, who splits several Cardinals up the court, weaving through traffic, finds Sadie Simpson, who almost falls with the basketball, gets it back, and a timeout taken on the far side by the Malad Dragons will save possession with 1 minute and 6 seconds to go. We'll take a break as well. Back after this on MyLocalRadio.com and KVRV The Bears coverage of Caribou County Athletics.
When the time comes, you'll want true compassion balanced with clinical care for your mom or dad, grandma, or grandpa. Edgewood Assisted Living Center in Soda Springs provides a warm, caring, and secure environment for individuals who need medication assistance, healthy meals, and assistance with daily activities. You can help by introducing them to our Assisted Living Center. Come on in for a tour and consultation. Find out about our monthly move-in specials and respite visits. Furnished suites are available. Call 208-547-0257. The Edgewood Assisted Living Center in Soda Springs, Idaho, a place to call home.
The Malad Dragons putting forth a fantastic effort tonight. Although turnovers have hindered them with 17, they still have a 16-14 lead late in the second quarter. 1 minute and 6 seconds to go. Kayla Bergraff alongside Kirby Martineau here high above Bishop Kelly High School as the Malad Dragons open up with the basketball out of the timeout. Shawnee Simpson on the far wing throws it into the paint. Emma Peterson backing her way in, fires up a shot, can't get it to go. The rebound still loose, squirts into the hands of Emma Peterson, and she is fouled on the play by Jorianne Balls, who falls over as she was trying to catch her balance and ends up sending Emma Peterson to the foul line. 2 free throws for Emma Peterson, as that is team foul number 10 on the Soda Springs Cardinals. 54.4 seconds to go. Emma crouches low, tosses her braid out of the way to the left of her body, and fires up a free throw, which kicks in and out, no good. And one more opportunity will be coming up. Both head coaches pacing the sidelines. First-year coach Jeremy Jones in his first trip to the state playoffs, and 15th-year coach Wade Schwanevelt in his 15th appearance at the state playoffs, and a lane violation is going to be called against the Malad Dragons, and the second free throw will not even count, whether it was a make or a miss, and the Cardinals will get the ball back on another Malad Dragon turnover. Up the court, It'll be Sadie Groning to the right side of the half-court stripe, brings it to the wing. Picks up her dribble, gives up top. Casey Smith hesitates, pump fakes, gets to her left, fires up a shot. That rattles in and out. Brittlin Hubbard was the one playing defense as the rebound tipped outside and taken out there by Jorianne Balls. To her right, Sadie Groning bunches it up top, taken by Kat McCullough on the wing as the Soda Springs Cardinals trying to tie this game up, heading into the halftime break. McCullough saves it from going out of bounds, gives to Myers. Inside, Jory lays one up and she's fouled on the play. Shawnee Simpson picking up the foul. Jorianne Balls again a chance to step to the free throw line with 23.5 seconds to go and a chance to tie the game up.
This has been a very interesting first half. Certainly something that none of the Cardinal fans expected.
I'll tell you what, it definitely has had its moments as the first free throw by Jorianne is good. She's got 5 points. How about this? The freshman with 11 of the Cardinals' 15 points and Kirsten Rasmussen with the other 4. The seniors and freshmen both doing it all. Second free throw. Also good. Perfect from the line have been the Cardinal freshmen as well. The only miss, Leilani Finlayson, the sophomore, was not able to make the front end of her 1-and-1. But we're all knotted up as the Cardinals will be defending another inbounds play with their press and the way it's worked so far in this game. A chance to force a turnover and maybe take a lead. But the Dragons break the press easily. Up the court, Emma Peterson lays it up. Too strong, can't finish. And a foul called inside again. This on the Soda Springs Cardinals. And it goes against Sadie Groning in the paint. Sadie picks up her second and 2 free throws coming this time for Hannah Peterson. She will step up to the free throw line for a pair. Hannah, 2 of 2 tonight, has 5 points with a 3-point basket as well. And the right-handed shooter fires and can't hit the free throw. The Dragons, we talked about the success they were having at the line. All of a sudden, things starting to unravel at the line for them as they missed their last 4 free throws, although only 3 of those really counted. Subs coming in for the Cardinals. Casey Anderson back into the game for the final 14.5 seconds. Jorianne Balls takes a seat. Also back onto the court, Danny Smith for Sadie Groning. Peterson at the line to give the Dragons a 1-point lead. Hits the second free throw. She's got 6 points out of their 17, and they lead by 1 on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard, 17-16. Sammy Williams back into the game for the Dragons as offense for defense replaces with Peterson taking a seat with 3 fouls. Danny Smith goes to her left, 9 seconds to go, gives to Casey Smith in the corner. Inside, a ball batted out of the hands of Casey Anderson, nearly an over-the-back foul on Sammy Williams. And it will still be Cardinal basketball to inbound. Kat McCullough will inbound with 5 seconds remaining. Officials hand her the basketball on the baseline. She slaps it with the hand, waits for someone to break open, and is punched by the Dragons into the backcourt. Punched again further into the backcourt and retrieved by Danny Smith. Up the court, she'll loft one up, popped into the air again, and as the buzzer sounds, neither side can do anything with the ball. No steals, no turnovers, no points, and we head into a halftime break. The Cardinals trailing at 17-16 against the Malad Dragons, although Soda Springs does outscore the Malad Dragons in that quarter by a score of 10-8. Cardinals down by 1 on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. Back after this with a halftime show brought to you by Bear Lake Drug on KBRV The Bear, your home for Cardinal Athletics.
This presentation of Caribou County Athletics is being brought to you by Arctic Circle of Soda Springs, where you can get burgers made from premium Black Angus beef, as well as fries and onion rings with their delicious fry sauce. Be sure to top it all off with a soft serve cone piled high and dipped with their delicious chocolate topping.
Hi, I'm Todd Hunziker. Most dealers focus on the experience you have just a few moments that you're in their store. At Hunziker Ford, we want to keep you happy forever. And to prove it, we offer warranty forever at no cost to you. So here's the deal. All you have to do is follow the maintenance schedule on virtually anything you buy from us. And the expensive powertrain components are covered forever. That's Todd Hunziker Ford, just east of Lava Hot Springs on Highway 30. It's just that simple.
Imagine a mining company that respects the quality of the environment and health of natural ecosystems. At Monsanto, we don't begin mining unless we can ensure every safeguard is in place to respect the environment. And if they're not, then we don't mine. Simple as that. That's why we take steps before, during, and after mining to reach our goal of leaving the land even better than we found it. Monsanto. Imagine.
This presentation of Caribou County Athletics is being brought to you by Troy Young Plumbing and Heating. Call 208-221-0581 for all your plumbing needs, including new installs and remodels, repairs, furnace installation, and more.
If you're looking for live local sports, local news, weather, live classifieds, and free photo downloads, search no more. MyLocalRadio.com has what you want. Watch your teams live or browse the tens of thousands of photographs of Wyoming, Utah, and Idaho high school events, from speech and drama competitions, rodeo, an array of different athletics, activities, community events, and so much more. Visit MyLocalRadio.com today and find what you're looking for.
Let technology make life a little easier and give you peace of mind about your home. With affordable security and smart home options, SilverStar makes it easy to take the first step. Keep an eye on what's important to you and be able to act before an incident becomes an emergency. You're in good hands when you choose SilverStar. We've been bringing cutting-edge technology and star treatment customer service to Eastern Idaho and Western Wyoming for nearly 70 years. Call us today and ask about our starter security and smart home packages.
Halftime here at the Real Dairy Shootout, the semifinals. See the Soda Springs Cardinals trailing the Malad Dragons 17-16. By the way, a score update from Soda Springs as the boys basketball team moves on to a date with most likely the West Side Pirates. Not positive of who that game is going to be, but they win 60-53 against the Aberdeen Tigers in what was a dogfight. As far as I know, Ridge Thompson still did not play in that game. But that is a side note to what's going on here right now. 17-16, the Malad Dragons on top of the Soda Springs Cardinals at the half, Kirby.
Well, this is certainly something that no one expected to happen. The Cardinals being down one at halftime, it'll be interesting to see what kind of a pep talk the coach is going to give them to get them to come out and change the style of third quarter play that they've had in previous games, where they can come out and be aggressive and score and get back into this ball game.
Cardinals did not start out well in this game. Both teams traded baskets up to a 6-6 score. It would be the Malad Dragons who would have a Sadie Simpson three-pointer banked in to give them a three-point edge after a quarter of play. That would make it a 9-6 game. Soda Springs then would start to rally and actually was able to take their first lead of the game at 10-9 with a small 4-0 run. Malad answered back with a run of their own to make it 16-10. Soda Springs responded with a 6-0 run of their own to make it 16-all, and then a free throw made by Hannah Peterson would give the Malad Dragons the 17-16 lead they currently possess. A back and forth affair, and I can't say either team's played great, but I can't say either team's played terrible on that side either.
Well, I think one thing that's been impressive in this ballgame so far is the fact that most of the scoring for the Cardinals has come from our freshmen. Those people who normally score, the three-pointer from Smith, and some of those players, Kat and her shooting outside ability, that hasn't happened so far in this ballgame tonight. You wonder, when are they going to catch fire and start putting that ball up and getting some points?
This is your Standards Furniture and Appliance first half highlights and your Bear Lake Drug halftime show. And as we look at the numbers from the first half, Hannah Peterson with 6 points and 1 rebound, being outdone by Sadie Simpson with 7 points and 2 rebounds for the Malad Dragons. Emma Peterson with 3 points and 3 rebounds, and Sammy Williams, the only other Dragon to score, with 1 point and 1 rebound. The Dragons do have several players getting into some foul trouble. Emma Peterson and Sammy Williams with a pair, and Hannah Peterson sitting on 3 fouls as well. That could be a big factor in the second half of play. Kirsten Rasmussen and Taylor Myers with 2 fouls each. Sadie Groning with 2 fouls as well for the Cardinals. They have 10 as a team. Soda Springs was led by Sadie Groning and Jorianne Balls. As we said, 12 of their 16 points coming from those 2 freshmen, and Kirsten Rasmussen with 4 points of her own, as that's it for the Cardinals. And by the way, only 3 rebounds for Soda Springs as well, as they have not had an answer in the rebounding game.
Well, I think a reason that they haven't had that many rebounds is because we haven't put up that many shots. When you don't put the ball up, you're not going to get rebounds. But hopefully in the second half, we can get more shots up in the air, especially from our outside people, get some of those three-pointers to fall for us. And then if they miss, we have a lot better chance to get some rebounds and getting that inside game going.
The Malad Dragons, you talk about not getting a lot of shots up. They haven't. They've made it their shots that they've taken. which is something that's disturbing if you're a Cardinals fan because they are shooting very well in this game, but they've turned it over 18 times in this game so far. And again, we talked about it in the pregame show, the Melba press, nothing like the Cardinals press. That is proving it, as the Cardinals, they just haven't been able to take advantage of the turnovers they've forced yet.
That's the point I was going to make too. Imagine what this game would be right now at halftime had they not had 18 turnovers. If they'd have cut that down to 4 or 5 turnovers or even 6 or 7 in the half, they could be up by 10, 12 points.
The Cardinals down 17-16 at the half. 3 minutes and 54 seconds left in the halftime break. We're going to take a break. This has been your Sanders Furniture Appliance first half highlights. Get to Sanders Furniture Appliance, where they carry only the best brands, including Lazy Boy, Amana, Maytag, Whirlpool, and more. Sanders Furniture Appliance is dedicated to making your house a home. Back with more on KBRV The Bear after this from the state playoffs, the Real Dairy Shootout for 2A basketball at Bishop Kelly High School.
I'm Ed DeGroat, third-generation dairy farmer. It was a dream come true for me to build this dairy, and it was designed for cow comfort. We really love our cows, and 23 hours a day they're in the corrals, relaxing, eating, drinking water. They have access to shade or sun, they have exercise, and then twice a day we milk them. In the milk barn, there's fans, there's water, soakers when it gets too hot. The better we treat those cows, the healthier they are, and that's what we're going for.
Idaho Dairy Farm Families, where good comes from.
This presentation of Caribou County Athletics is being brought to you by Crop Production Services of Bancroft. Call 208-648-7891 to learn how to get the best production out of your crops.
Whether it's warm outside and you need an air conditioning system, or cold outside and you need a new natural gas furnace, Reed's Plumbing and Heating has what you need to keep your family comfortable, and there's never been a better time to convert to natural gas. With great service and expertise, Reed's is your all-weather friend in southeastern Idaho. Call us today, 208-547-4466, and we'll get right to work making your home comfortable and cozy. That's Reed's Plumbing and Heating at 208-547-4466. Natural gas, it's worth asking for.
Get it to go at Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs and Patterson Easy Way in Grace, Idaho. From pizza to potato wedges, from burritos to the jalapeno flavored corn dogs, from candy, clothing, car accessories, and fountain drinks, convenience is fun. And Patterson Quick Stop and Patterson Easy Way help to fill your needs conveniently. They have something for everyone: food, fuel, and fun at Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs and Patterson Easy Way in Grace. Right here, right now.
This production of Caribou County Athletics is being brought to you by London Drug and Grace, your good neighbor pharmacy, locally owned, locally loved.
Here's a look at some of your Lalaton's food specials in Soda Springs for the week of February 16th through the 22nd. Grab yourself St. Louis-style pork spare ribs for $1.99 a pound. Boneless beef cross rib roasts are $2.79 a pound. Western Family 1%, 2%, or skim gallons of milk are $1.99 each. And don't forget about their Fill It Fresh $10 mix or match bags for fresh produce throughout the store. That's a look at some of your Lalaton's food specials for the week of February 16th through the 22nd.
When the time comes, you'll want true compassion balanced with clinical care for your mom or dad, grandma or grandpa. Edgewood Assisted Living Center in Soda Springs provides a warm, caring, and secure environment for individuals who need medication assistance, healthy meals, and assistance with daily activities. You can help by introducing them to our Assisted Living Center. Come on in for a tour and consultation. Find out about our monthly move-in specials and respite visits. Furnished suites are available. Call 208-547-0257. The Edgewood Assisted Living Center in Soda Springs, Idaho, a place to call home.
The Malad Dragons opening up with the basketball to start the second half of play and unable to make a basket as Emma Peterson goes way long on a layup. The Cardinals get the rebound with Sadie Groning, who backs her way into the post, dishes it off to Taylor Myers, who will try and drive to her right, gets it out to Kat McCullough. 17-16, start of the second half of play, and the Cardinals answering with a basket to open up the third quarter, 18-17 on a Kirsten Rasmussen deuce, and the Cardinals get themselves lead with 30 seconds gone by, and not before a foul is picked up by Danny Smith on the other side of the court, as Casey Smith, reaches in and pokes the ball away, but she got contact with the Malad Dragon player, and with 7:23 to go, the Cardinals will again defend the inbounds play. Up 18-17, only the third time the Cardinals have led in this game, as Sadie Simpson drives to her right, dishes outside. Emma Peterson gets it to Sadie, back inside to Hannah, back to Emma, back to Sadie. Three of them playing catch with each other, and now Kat McCullough stealing the ball away, then falling over, throws it away. Back-to-back turnovers for both sides as Sadie gets it back inside. Emma Peterson blocked and fouled by Kirsten Rasmussen. If she just goes straight up, there's no foul, but she dropped the arm down, swatted the ball away, and that forced the hand into contact with Emma's face.
Yeah, and that hurts the Cardinals because that's her third foul. We need her in that ball game as much as we can get here in the second half.
Jorianne Balls checking into the game after the first free throw, and the first free throw misses. So the best that the Malad Dragons can do is tie this game up a minute into the third quarter, 6:59 to go, 18-17. The Cardinals on top by 1 on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. Emma Peterson toes the line with the right foot, fires, and gets the second. She is 2 of 4 from the free throw line, 2 of 5 officially, but 1 does not count as it was a lane violation before she shot it. 6 minutes and 53 seconds to go, all knotted up. To the right side, Sadie Groning sees some space, tries to get to the baseline, goes underneath, dribbles all the way back out through traffic to Kat McCullough. Goes C, nails a deuce. Kat McCullough's onto the board. That's the first basket she scored tonight, and the Cardinals back up by 2. 20-18 they lead, and Sadie Simpson will lift the pass up ahead. Taken on the right side, Cassie Love gets it around, and Shawnee Simpson dishes it back out to Sadie, who finds Love on the right side. That's a three-point basket. Love hitting it and giving the Malad Dragons a 1-point edge, 21-20 on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. To the right side, Kat McCullough brings the ball to her left and centers it. Now tries to drive inside, spins around, loses a player, and the ball, as she tries to pass it to Jorianne Balls, is tipped out of bounds. Last touched by the ladies in the black uniforms, and Soda Springs has another chance now to inbound from the baseline. 6 minutes on the dot to go, third quarter of play, 21-20, Malad on top. Taylor Myers to inbound, waits, now fires. It's Kat McCullough, top of the key for 3. That's short off the side of the rim, kicks to the left, and is picked up on the play by Cassie Love for the defensive rebound. Malad trying to slow it down as the Cardinals press, loosens up slightly, now tightens up as they cross half court. They'll break it. Emma Peterson on the backside, fouled this time by Jorianne Balls. Jory picks up her second foul, and the Soda Springs Cardinals will send Emma to the line once more. Although with the struggles Emma's had at the line, not the worst player to send to the stripe. The Malad Dragons as a team right now, 6 of 11 from the free throw line, compared to the Cardinals, 6 of 7. First free throw for Emma. Up and no good. Continuing to shoot about 50% are the Malad Dragons in this game, make it 6 of 12 in the game now after they started out 2 of 2 and even 3 of 3 in this game. Back into the game, Casey Anderson will check as Taylor Myers will get a breather on the bench. And the second free throw by Emma Peterson is up and good. Notches it through, barely hitting any of the iron. And the Cardinals down by 2, 22-20 on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. 5 minutes, 36 seconds to go as Groning goes to her right. Tries to dribble down Hannah Peterson, dished outside. Jorianne Balls gets it from 18, can't put a shot in. The rebound is snatched away from Kat McCullough by Shawnee Simpson. Up the court, Emma dishes it around the wing. It'll be kept by Cassie Love for three. Count it again. Cassie Love really starting to heat up. She's got back-to-back triples from her own attempts. And the Malad Dragons back up by 5. Matches the biggest lead of the game for them. Inside, Brawning blocked away on the lower block by Shawnee Simpson. Ball goes up top. Taken by Kat McCullough. She'll try to go to lane. Gets through, and the C's open up maybe too much, and she can't finish the shot. And the rebound out of bound goes to the Soda Springs Cardinals as Shawnee Simpson could not get there.
The Cardinals right now are just having a hard time getting the ball in deep and getting that easy layup. They're just going to have to start shooting from outside to see if they can open up the middle a little bit.
And now Sadie Simpson with a steal as the ball lofted in by the Cardinals. It's taken down court by the senior. She lays it up and in, gets her 9th point of the game, and the Soda Springs Cardinals will take a timeout as the Malad Dragons are in the middle of an 8-0 run. We're going to take a timeout as well, coming back with more with 4:46 to go in the third quarter on KBRB The Bear, your home for Cardinal Athletics.
Here's a look at some of your Lalaton's food specials in Soda Springs for the week of February 16th through the 22nd. Grab yourself St. Louis style pork spare ribs for $1.99 a pound. Boneless beef cross rib roasts are $2.79 a pound. Western Family 1%, 2%, or skim gallons of milk are $1.99 each. And don't forget about their Fill It Fresh $10 mix or match bags for fresh produce throughout the store. That's a look at some of your Lalaton's food specials for the week of February 16th through the 22nd.
The Malad Dragons came into the state championships with one of the worst records out of the 8 teams here, and I think that has helped them along as they are a sleeper team right now. But you have to remember, of their 6 regular season losses, 4 of those came to the Soda Springs Cardinals and to the Ryrie Bulldogs. 6 of them in the overall 8 losses they have came to those 2 teams, and that has been a huge help as the Cardinals trail 27-20 to a Malad team that has definitely shown that they are a team to be feared in this state tournament. 4 minutes and 33 seconds to go. Cardinals with the ball trying to end a run. Pass underneath goes to Groning, and she is going to be fouled on the floor by Hannah Peterson, and that's a big one because she's got 4.
That is really going to hurt Malad. They really need her in the ballgame. She's not just a good shooter and a good rebounder, but also a great motivator for the rest of those teammates.
And I'll tell you what, she got lucky on that as well, because that could have been a shooting foul if she hadn't fouled earlier, because she got contact with Sadie on the way up. 4:27 to go, 27-20. And Sadie Groning will inbound into the paint. Casey Anderson kicks outside. Rasmussen from 18. Can't get the ball to drop through. The rebound loose and out of bounds. Last touched on the floor by Sadie Simpson. And Soda Springs will continue to possess underneath their own basket, down by 7 on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. Groning standing on the word Knights to the left of the basket on our left side of the court. Will look to inbound. Waiting. Nobody breaking free yet, and a 5-second count will be a Cardinal turnover, make it 11. She had an option with Casey Smith standing next to her, but she never looked that way.
She never did, and that would have been the best place to put the inbounds pass.
It'll be the Dragons to inbound, trying to bring it up against full court pressure by the Cardinals, as Simpson will loft this one to the right side. Sammy Williams takes it, gives it back to Emma Peterson, up ahead to Sadie Simpson, forward to Cassie Love. Across the timeline, they get it to the right corner. Williams gets it down low, and a turnaround shot blocked away. Emma can't get it up, and fouled this time on the play is Shawnee Simpson, who will step to the line for a pair of free throws. Kirsten picks up the foul. That's her 4th foul. 4:03 to go, and the Cardinals, with their senior leader in some foul trouble, will have to rely on other options, although it does not look, well, they are going to be subbing her out as I look down at the floor below the scorer's table. First free throw by Simpson is good. She has 1 point in the game with 4 rebounds as Rasmussen and McCullough take a seat on the bench. Jorianne Balls checks into the game. Also back onto the court is Danny Smith, along with Casey Anderson, Sadie Groning, and Casey Smith as the second free throw by Shawnee Simpson is good, and the lead up to 9. It's been a 10-0 run by the Malad Dragons here in this third quarter. Soda Springs has been limited to 4 points, and that was when they went on an early 4-0 run. To her left, Danny Smith tries to dribble short, now brings it back out beyond the three-point line. Waits patiently, now gives to Sadie Drawning, who's fouled. That's on Sadie Simpson, and she knew it as soon as the whistle was blown what she did. So Simpson gets her second. That's the second team foul. Simpson gets her third. It's the second team foul on the Malad Dragons with 3 minutes and 44 seconds to go. And again, the foul trouble the Malad Dragons have been getting into with some of their bigger players might cost them in this game. Danny Smith with the ball, steps to her right, now pulls beyond the three-point line again. 3:36 to go, still a lot of time left as the ball is lofted inside. Anderson throws it through the paint. It's a missed shot by Sadie Drawning, and the rebound picked up by Simpson. She'll run up the court, lays one up. She's fouled on the way in as she never slowed up. The Cardinals couldn't get set, and a foul picked up by Danny Smith on the play.
Danny Smith
picks up her second.
Shooting, number 4, Sadie Simpson.
Sadie Simpson to the line for 2. She has yet to attempt a free throw. The Dragons 4 of 6 in this third quarter. First free throw makes it an 11-0 run. Malad putting their foot down right now and saying we're not going to be pushed around anymore by a team that's pushed us around all season long. Sadie Simpson's second free throw, good. Confident strokes as well. Nothing but nylon on the way through. 3 minutes and 20 seconds to go, 31-20. The Cardinals down by 12. Ronning steps to the free throw line, tries to attack the paint, lays one up, gets it to go. Sadie ends the run with her first basket of the second half, and the Cardinals back within 9, 22-31. Cassie Love gets the ball up ahead to Williams, who almost has the ball batted away. Saved back into play by Ronning into the middle of the court. A scrum for the ball with 5 bodies hitting the deck, and a Bear Lake drug jump ball, the first of the game, goes to the Soda Springs Cardinals, and a turnover forced by the Cardinals as well. Jeremy Jones was trying to call a timeout on the bench but couldn't get it before the jump ball was whistled.
I think the reason he didn't get it is because someone has to have possession before they can call a timeout.
2 minutes and 57 seconds to go, and you're right on that account because nobody really had the full possession, Soda or Malad. Inside, Ronning underneath the basket, turns around, gets the shot up. No call, might have been some contact inside, but the officials have been letting a lot slide in this game so far as the Dragons break the press and bring it forward. Pass goes to Williams. Sammy gives it off to Shawnee Simpson. To the right side, Emma Peterson passes to the free throw line. Williams up with a shot, can't hit, and Anderson able to reel in the rebound for her second of the game. Ronning takes the point to bring it forward at the top of the key. She'll bring it to her left through the lane, goes to the right side where Danny Smith has to bring it back out from the inside, and Danny turns it over and reaches in after turning it over. Sadie Simpson stole it away, and Danny picks up her third foul, and that is the 16th foul on the Cardinals already. With 2:15 to go in the third means the Dragons will be shooting in one opportunities or bonus free throws the rest of the way through this game for the final 10 minutes and 15 seconds. Inbounds play from Williams. Pass goes inside and is picked up and fired forward. Emma Peterson on the far side wing gives back over to Simpson, and Sadie rotates it to the right wing. Cassie Love lofts it back over to Williams. Sammy goes to the right side corner. Sadie Simpson for 3. Airballs that one short. Save back into play to Sammy Williams. Her layup is missed, and a foul is going to be picked up by Sammy inside as she goes over the back on Jorianne Balls, who was able to secure the rebound before it went into the hands of the Dragons. 22-31 still, a 9-point lead for Malad. Third quarter of play, minute and 53 seconds to go. Biggest lead they've had on Soda Springs all season. One of the few times they've led Soda Springs all season. It's been almost the entire game. Jorianne Balls takes it for the Cardinals. Right side elbow. Tries to pass the ball away, spins to the baseline, fires up a shot, and a double dribble call on Jorianne Balls. And it's a turnover back to the Dragons once again. 13 Cardinal turnovers compared to 20 for the Dragons, who have only turned it over twice in this quarter. And now a foul on the far side goes on Lilani Finlayson. She tried to step in front of a pass intended for Emma Peterson, and it ends up being her first and sends Emma Peterson to the line for 1-and-1 free throws. And I'll tell you what, free throws have been a big part of this Malad run.
they're going to be a big part of this ball game too. Going down the stretch, they still got a full quarter behind this one, shooting a 1-and-1 until they have 3 more fouls. Then they'll be shooting 2 the rest of the game.
And this is where the Cardinals' full court press can hurt them sometimes because they can be very physical and they can get into some foul trouble because of that. Emma Peterson's free throw, the front end is good. She's now 4 of 7 from the free throw line, 4 of 8 with the one that was waved off. Minute and 38 seconds to go, 32-22, a double-digit lead for the Dragons. They've led by as many as 11. Chance to reach that total once again as Emma's second opportunity is up and good. Talk about peaking at the right time. The Dragons are doing that. They've made it look easy in this third quarter as they have outscored the Soda Springs Cardinals 6-16. Into the paint, driving to the hoop as he gets bumped over and travels with the basketball as Brawning frustratedly bounces the ball to the official underneath the basket, and the turnover is the Cardinals' 5th. Shawnee Simpson to inbound for Soda Springs. Gives the ball off, pass goes to the far side. Finlayson will try and pump fake, puts up a shot. She's fouled after the Cardinals steal it away from the Dragons. Lalani's going to step to the free throw line for 2. And Emma Peterson gets the foul. That's her 3rd. And again, that is where the Cardinals need to continue to attack, is the bigs for the Dragons, because you get them out. We saw Melba do it last night. You can start making some headway inside.
I agree with that, and they can do that, but they're going to have to play just a little bit tougher.
Finlayson can't hit the front end as a timeout's going to be taken by the Malad Dragons. We are going to keep this one here, and Kirby with 1 minute and 22 seconds to go. What are you talking about in the huddle right now if you're Wade Schwanneville?
I think what he's going to tell them is make sure you put pressure defense on those guys, but those people that's got foul trouble already, they need to back off just a little tiny bit. We can't afford to lose anybody, especially our taller people under the post, because we need them to match up with the size that Malad has.
33-22 with 1 minute and 22 seconds to go. And again, the big story of this one, free throws for the Malad Dragons, as in this quarter alone, they have been able to knock down 8 of 10 free throws as part of this run that they've been able to go on. But the problem they have, their posts. Sadie Simpson, Sammy Williams, Emma Peterson, and Hannah Peterson. 3 fouls for 3 of them, and Hannah Peterson with 4 fouls, who has not played for most of this third quarter, while on the bench with those foul issues.
The other problem with the Cardinals right now is the fact they came out in the third quarter like they've been doing for the last 4 or 5 ball games with no momentum at all.
Finlayson trying to give them a little bit of that momentum back, knocks home the free throw. 1 of 3 from the line now is Finlayson, as the substitution will check in. Kat McCullough checks in, and Finlayson will get a breather on the bench. 10-point game, 33-23, minute and 22 to go on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard, and the ball will roll to the near side. And the official on the outside of the court blew a whistle. He forgot that you can run the baseline with the basketball when you get it, as Shawnee Simpson has to retrieve it, gets it back to the official as it bounced beyond the sidelines. It'll be Dragons trying to break the full court press, getting it up ahead. Sammy Williams finds a open Sadie Simpson at the free throw line. She dishes out to Cassie Love again. 3 3-pointers from Cassie Love. It's a 13-point lead for the Malad Dragons over the Cardinals, 36-23. Brawning steps to the free throw line. Step back jumper from 17 is airballed into the hands of Shawnee Simpson. 50 seconds to go. Up the court, Sadie Simpson tripped up on the far side. They're going to call a jump ball, as they're saying Casey Anderson was able to get to the ball and tie it up before a foul occurred. It remains Malad basketball, but that possession arrow always looms big in tight games. Sammy Williams on the far sideline to inbound, gets it to the backcourt, picked up forward by Shawnee Simpson. Over to her left, they'll pass it to Williams. Sammy tries to drive in, fires one up off the back rim, no good. Rebound underneath the basket by Kat McCullough for the Soda Springs Cardinals. They're going to try and cut into this game again. Jorianne Balls takes it, gets it up to Kat, pump fakes at the top of the key for 3, dribbles once, and passes it almost into the hands of Sammy Williams, who pokes it into the far side bleachers.
I think that's one of the problems the Cardinals have had tonight. She had a wide open 3-point shot, she passed it up.
Casey Smith will check into the game for Kat because of that. And I think that's what Wade Schwanneville just said to her on the bench, is it wasn't a frustrated look. It was more, hey, just shoot it when you get that. As you were right, she was open from 6 feet away. Up the shot, It'll be Groning, who's tripped up by Sammy Williams. She's got 4. Two Dragons with 4 fouls entering the fourth quarter, and still 19.7 seconds to go in the third.
But, you know, teams can play with 4 fouls for a long time. So I don't know if that's going to be a big factor or not, but we'll find out here shortly.
Groning passes the ball in for the Cardinals, taken by Danny Smith, gets it back to Groning. Sadie for 3, can't hit off the front of the rim. Sammy Williams gets the basketball, floats it away, picked up by Sadie Simpson, up ahead to Cassie Love. To the right side, she pulls up on the wing, now steps back to her left before Sadie gives the ball away, and picked up by Danny Smith. 1 second to go, and it's poked away from her from behind before she could get it up. Don't know if she would have gotten a shot up in time anyways, but we head to the third quarter. The Malad Dragons on top 36-23, outscoring the Soda Springs Cardinals 19-7 in the frame.
Caribou County Athletics are being brought to you by Bear River Head Start, where they are now accepting applications for preschool. Call 435-755-0181 and enroll your 3- or 4-year-old children today.
There's an organization in southeast Idaho whose wildlife conservation efforts have been commended by the Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation, the Idaho Fish and Wildlife Foundation, and the North American Moose Foundation. Who is this organization? It's Monsanto. While Monsanto is honored by the recognition they receive, their ongoing dedication to the environment is its own reward for all of us. Monsanto. Imagine.
Let technology make life a little easier and give you peace of mind about your home. With affordable security and smart home options, SilverStar makes it easy to take the first step. Keep an eye on what's important to you and be able to act before an incident becomes an emergency. You're in good hands when you choose SilverStar. We've been bringing cutting-edge technology and star treatment customer service to Eastern Idaho and Western Wyoming for nearly 70 years. Call us today and ask about our starter security and smart home packages.
Welcome back out to the home of the district or 2A state championships at the Real Dairy Shootout. The Malad Dragons forcing a Cardinal turnover right out of the gate in the fourth quarter of play as they'll bring it forward, up 13, 36-23 on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. Groning brings the ball up the court as she steals it away, straight to the hoop, lays it up and in. Sadie putting the Cardinals on her back, gets it to an 11-point game. The Dragons forced into their 22nd turnover of the game. Cardinals almost forcing another one. Cassie Love gets it up ahead. Sadie Simpson, gets it forward, and Emma Peterson runs the court well to get a pass from her, and she lays it up and in. The Dragons answering right back with a basket of their own. 7:09 to go, 38-25. Cardinals trading baskets to open up the fourth quarter, a minute in. You and I were talking about it. Tough to try and make a comeback, and you have to start it somehow, as Groning inside will try and do that, and she gets Hannah Peterson out of the game. Hannah Peterson called for the over-the-back foul as she went for the same rebound as did Sadie Groning, and she is out. That is huge.
That is huge. Now they still got a couple more in there. They're big people that's got some serious foul trouble. They need to get them out of the game too. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that you need to go out and foul or get them out of the game that way, but that's the part of the game. That's the strategy.
The other big thing is one more foul will put the Cardinals into the bonus for free throws for every foul. Another near turnover by the Cardinals as Sadie Groning lofting a pass down low, sees it poked away from Rasmussen. And don't forget Kirsten playing with 4 fouls as well. Sadie Groning to inbound once again for the Soda Springs Cardinals. 6 minutes and 54 seconds to go as Sadie looks deep, gets it to Kirsten Rasmussen. She goes back to Sadie in the left corner, sees some space to drive in, gets some space, and lays it up and in. Sadie just patiently waiting for the defense to split and watch the court well to find some room inside of the yellow painted area here at Bishop Kelly. 6 minutes and 38 seconds to go. 38-27 the score as the ball will be lofted forward to the far side, but not before a timeout taken by Coach Jeremy Jones. Not happy with the way his team was attacking the press, and Soda Springs down by 11 with 6:34 to go. We'll take a timeout as well. We'll be back after this on KBRV The Bear and MyLocalRadio.com.
Hi, I'm Todd Hunziker. Most dealers focus on the experience you have just a few moments that you're in their store. At Hunziker Ford, we want to keep you happy forever. And to prove it, We offer warranty forever at no cost to you. So here's the deal. All you have to do is follow the maintenance schedule on virtually anything you buy from us, and the expensive powertrain components are covered forever. That's Todd Hunziker Ford, just east of Lava Hot Springs on Highway 30. It's just that simple.
Defense has to be the name of the game for the Soda Springs Cardinals. Caleb Burgraff here alongside Kirby Martineau. 38-27, the Malad Dragons up by 11, and it has to start with the defensive intensity for Soda Springs.
It does. They've got to pick up on that press. It's been so effective for them all year long. So far, they're letting them get through that, and then they're getting the easy bucket at the other end. They've got to apply a little bit more pressure and see if they can't get some more turnovers on against Malad.
6 minutes, 34 seconds to go. As I said, 38-27 on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. Fourth quarter of play, the Cardinals trailing Malad by 11, as it will be Shawnee Simpson to inbound on the far side. Looks to pass this one in, gets it into the front court, and is stolen away by the Cardinals. A jump ball is going to have to be whistled, but the Malad Dragons will have the possession arrow in their favor. A near turnover forced by the Lady Cards.
Well, the good thing about that is we had the possession arrow in their favor, but another jump ball will put it back in ours.
Sammy Williams gets the ball up ahead. Sadie Simpson takes it forward all the way to the hoop, lays one up and can't get the roll, kicks out of the rim. It's rebounded by Rasmussen inside. She's got 2 rebounds in the game. The Cardinals really struggling in their rebounding battle right now, and he out-rebounded 15-7 this point in time as Rasmussen gets the ball inside, lays it up and in with a do-si-do, and the Cardinals back within single digits, 38-29. Inbounds play picked up. Sadie Simpson finds Emma Peterson. She'll step to her left, crosses the timeline, on the run into the paint, weaves through, kicks it outside to Sammy Williams. Back inside where Peterson runs into a Cardinal, ends up dishing it outside, and a foul picked up inside. It goes against the Dragons, and now Emma Peterson picks up her 4th. So Emma Peterson with 4 fouls now. 1-and-1 free throws coming up for the Soda Springs Cardinals, and Emma joins Sammy Williams in that major foul trouble.
Well, the good thing about the bonus now is the Cardinals can put points on the board without running time off the clock. Time is going to be a big factor from this point to the end of the game with only 5:48 left.
You have to make your free throws, though. Kirsten, yet to attempt one, has 8 points in the game. You have a senior leader. This is where you put your team on your back. She's playing with 4 fouls, though, so has to be careful as the front end of the 1-and-1 drops through, and a small pump of the fist by Kirsten watching that one drop through. 38-30 now, 5 minutes and 48 seconds to go. Kirsten's second free throw up and nothing but net on the way through. 10 points for Kirsten. It's down to a 7-point lead for Malad on a Cardinal 5-0 run. Up the court, a 6-0 run. To the far side, Malad trying to bring the ball forward. Will loft this one ahead. Sammy Williams has it poked away, and a pass intended inside for Sadie Simpson. And another Bear Lake drug jump ball turns it over to the Cardinals. Soda Springs on a comeback trail, and they're smelling blood in the water. 5 minutes and 37 seconds left to go. Kirsten again to inbound, standing to the left of the Malad Dragon bench as the officials chatting things over on where the possession arrow was for, and I think it was Coach Jones was saying it should have been Malad ball, and now he says, oh wait, I forgot about the other one. Says it's his fault, admits the mistake, and now steps back to his bench, and the Cardinals will inbound.
Every possession is critical from this point on, so the coaches want to make sure they get every advantage they're entitled to.
Absolutely. You cannot blame him at all for making those words and just asking them to clarify, but being conscious about what he said afterwards. There's a shot put up by Anderson, can't hit inside of the paint, picked up on the rebound by Emma Peterson. Soda Springs down by 7, 38-31 with 5:16 to go, trying to slow the momentum of the Malad Dragons, almost forces another turnover. Emma Peterson takes on the far side wing, though, guarded by Casey Smith, now finds some space, steps to the free throw line, looks for someone to get the ball to, dishes out to Cassie Love on the left wing. Cassie steps to the elbow, her shot short off the front of the rim, and Casey Smith able to run down the basketball on the far side, but she turns it over, throwing it away, and Soda Springs for the 16th time gives the ball to the Lady Dragons of Malad.
She had the ball in her hands that I think she was looking for someone to throw the ball to, and it just slipped off her fingertips.
Mental mistake by the Soda Springs Cardinals as it'll be the Dragons to inbound from their own baseline in the front court. Working on the right side of the court from our vantage point on your radio dials. Ball is going to be lofted in. Sammy Williams takes it at the top of the key. Gives it away. Sadie Simpson holding it on with the right-handed dribble. Spins back to her left, lofts a pass back to Love. Cassie goes down low. Shawnee Simpson lays one up, but wildly, and can't get it to drop through, as this time Kat McCullough comes away with the ball. 4 minutes and 35 seconds to go. Soda Springs in need of a basket here. That would be huge to cut it to a 2-possession game. It's a 7-point lead for Malad right now on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. To the near side, Kat McCullough looking down low. Instead, waits for the defense to separate and dishes it to Rasmussen on the right side wing. Kirsten gives back to Kat. She gives to Kirsten in the lane. Passed away from her, though, as a hand inside gets laced onto the basketball, and Sammy Williams bats it into the Cardinals bench. It still remains Cardinal ball as Kat McCullough will inbound from the near sideline. Pass goes in. Brawning inside, tries to feed it to Rasmussen, picked up instead by Peterson on another turnover. Ball lofted into the backcourt as the Dragons trying to break the full court press will. Sadie Simpson to the right side, finds Peterson. Emma on the baseline, the only Peterson left, has a foul whistled against the Cardinals as they were going for the jump ball. I think it goes on to Casey Anderson. And that's what's going to be big, as Casey Anderson does pick up the foul. That's her first. If it was on Rasmussen, it would have been big trouble for the Cardinals, as that would have fouled her out. So Anderson taking the charge of that foul. We'll watch as Emma Peterson steps to the free throw line. Right-handed shooter gives off to Sadie Groning. Under 4 minutes to play, still 38-31. The Dragons have been stuck at 38 for quite some time. Just about 2 minutes of game time have they been there. The ball over to Sadie Groning. She'll get some space, tries to get into the paint, steps on the bait. As soon as that foot gets over, that's when the ball is turned over to the other side, as any part of the foot that comes down on the black will do that to you. 3 minutes and 29 seconds to go. Crowd wanted to travel. Emma Peterson passes it forward, though, and now it goes off of Cassie Love and into the Cardinals' hands. Another Dragon turnover. That's 24 for them, but they've only turned over 6 times in the second half.
The problem with all this is the fact, though, that the Cardinals aren't taking advantage of these turnovers and scoring some points.
Same thing we talked about in the halftime break. 3 minutes and 23 seconds to go. 38-31, Soda Springs down by 7 on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard as Danny Smith takes the ball in the near side wing. Waits for Casey, who breaks free, steps. She steps on the line. And another Cardinal turnover to answer the Malad turnover. That's their 5th, as Kat McCullough will check in for Danny Smith to take a seat on the bench. Kat will guard the inbound play on the near side. Shawnee Simpson bounces it in, taken by Sadie Simpson, up ahead to Cassie Love. Waits as the Cardinals, putting up a man press, will end up almost poking it away. Cassie Love, far side, gets to Sammy Williams. She'll want to drive in, does so, and lays one up that rolls off for the supports of the backboard and out of bounds. Another chance for the Cardinals to cut in. The defense has done its job. We talked about that, but with under 3 minutes to play now in the fourth quarter, 38-31 is not a very likable score for the Cardinals. Still a 3-possession game. Sadie Groning bringing it forward with the left-hand dribble, brings it to the wing. Pulls the ball out right in front of Coach Swanevelt. Cardinals working right to left on your radio dials as Groning tries to get in the lane, goes all the way through. She's fouled, and she'll step to the line. If that one goes on Sadie Simpson, it's going to be her 4th. Instead, it goes on Shawnee Simpson, and it's her 3rd. And better yet, for the Cardinals, it sends Sadie Groning to the line. She'll have 2 free throws coming up. She's 2 for 2 so far. The Cardinals 2 for 2 in the quarter, and that just jinxed her as the free throw misses off the back rim, and back into the hands of the Cardinals it goes.
With the make here, though, we're still back to a 2-possession game.
Kat McCullough will check back into the game as the second free throw misses as well. Inside, a shot rebounded by Casey Smith to Sadie Groning. She lines up a 3-ball, no good, but Anderson now with the rebound for the Cardinals. Saves another possession, gets it to Casey in the lane. She's fouled cutting to the hoop. This one could be on Sadie Simpson or on Sammy Williams, and it goes on Sadie. She's got 4, so now you have 3 Malad Dragons playing with 4 fouls. And excuse me, that is the 3rd on Sadie Simpson, as the first free throw by Casey Smith rather, is up and good.
If you don't think these free throws are important, had we made those last two, it would have been 34-38. With this one, could have been 35, a one-possession game.
Second free throw misses. Still a two-possession game. 6-point lead for the Malad Dragons, 38-32. And now they'll be shooting free throws with a good shooter going to the other way, as Shawnee Simpson is the one who is going to be taking the opportunities. 2:28 to go. I believe they said Sadie Groning with the foul. It is. That's her third foul. Shawnee Simpson at the line, right-handed free throw shooter after pulling down the rebound on a missed free throw attempt, as Danny Smith will check into the game for Kat McCullough. Coach Schwanevelt rotating those two to give them both some breathers on the bench. 2:28 to go, trying to keep fresh legs on the court for the Cardinals, particularly in the rebounding game. Simpson's front end of the 1-and-1, good. She's 3 of 3 at the line with 3 points and 7 rebounds. A sophomore playing bigger than herself right now, and she is a tough player to play bigger than. 6 feet tall on the court, the second tallest player right now. Well, that'll back up their players, giving the Cardinals the rebound, and the free throw misses as Kirsten gets the board. Gives off to Sadie Groning, who walks it across the timeline. 2 minutes and 20 seconds to go. Goes over to the right side wing. Looking inside, looking for Kirsten. The ball's lofted over Kirsten, over everybody, and into the hands of Shawnee Simpson. Soda Springs' full court press will be set up as Love fires it forward to Sammy Williams. She'll wait for the rest of the Dragons to come forward and gives it back to Love. To the near side, Simpson finds Sadie Simpson. Minute and 58 seconds to go as we tick under 2 minutes to play. On the far side, Emma Peterson trying to step into lane. Might have gotten away with a carry. Gives the ball off to Love, who steps to her left. Dishes it back into Sadie Simpson. Skip pass to Peterson. Goes back up top to Sadie. Stepping back to her left as Sadie will drive into the lane. Simpson dishes outside to Peterson. Emma backs out, and the Dragons now going into a time kill mode. It's going to burn them here as Groning steals it away and lays one up and in on the turnover. That is what happens when you start taking the air out of the ball against this Cardinals team. Cuts it to a 5-point game with 1 minute and 29 to go. Desperation time for the Cardinals, but they are a team that is good at putting up points in a hurry, and we'll see if they can.
They can certainly do it. They're definitely not out of this ball game at this point, but they've got some tough work to do. They've got to get some baskets up. They've got to play some tough defense.
Cardinals take a full timeout. We'll take a break as well. Back after this on KBRV The Bear, your home for Cardinal Athletics.
If you're looking for live local sports, local news, weather, live classifieds, and free photo downloads, search no more. MyLocalRadio.com has what you want. Watch your teams live or browse the tens of thousands of photographs of Wyoming, Utah, and Idaho high school events, from speech and drama competitions, rodeo, an array of different athletics, activities, community events, and so much more. Visit MyLocalRadio.com today and find what you're looking for.
A 5-point lead for the Malad Dragons with 1 minute and 29 seconds to go welcomes the Cardinals, who will set up the full court press. All 5 players in the backcourt for these two teams, as Malad will be set to inbound. Shawnee Simpson gets it to Sammy Williams, who's picked up quickly by Casey Smith. Now gives off to Peterson. Emma goes to her left. Shawnee goes up ahead to Cassie Love. Still, the Dragons trying to get it across half court. Do so. Emma takes it inside of the paint, or just to the right of it rather, before picking up her dribble and going outside to Simpson. Shawnee trying to step in, goes back outside to Emma, and now to Sadie. Cardinals needing to get some pressure on her as she'll float a pass to the right side, picked up by Love. Love stripped to the basketball and fouled on the play by Kat McCullough, who buries her head into the court as she picks up her second foul, and that is going to send Cassie Love to the free throw line. She's already got 9 points in the game on 3 three-pointers that didn't catch any iron. 1 minute and 1 second to go. 39-34, and Cassie Love will toe the free throw line. Right-handed shooter fires it up, and good. 2 of 3 now in the quarter for the Malad Dragons. 10 of 13 in the second half are the Malad Dragons from the free throw line. That after shooting 5 of 9 in the first half. Second opportunity. Love crouches, fires, and hits. 2 for 2 on the trip. She's got 11 points and is tied for the leading scorer. Up the court comes Sadie Groning. She'll hesitate, trying to step in, spins, looks into the paint for a cutter, won't find anybody, drives in herself, backs under the hoop, lays one high, blows the layup, and it's rebounded inside by Shawnee Simpson. She just used her height to her advantage, much taller than Groning was down low, and just snared it out of the air. And now a foul called on the Cardinals with under 40 seconds to go as the Malad fans, the Malad bench starting to feel it, up by 7. And this game is teetering on the edge of an upset of huge proportions.
I think you're right. This is probably the biggest upset in this tournament, probably not just this year, but for the last several years.
The Malad Dragons beaten by the Cardinals 4 times this season, as the first free throw by Emma Peterson, no good, and each time it was by 20 points or more. And here they lead the Cardinals 41-34 in the biggest game that matters, the only game that matters out of that 5. Emma Peterson fires again. That one doesn't touch the rim, and it goes back to the Soda Springs Cardinals. Still a 7-point edge for the Malad Dragons. They back up into the backcourt. Soda needs some points quick. Sadie Groning brings it forward. See if they go 3 or try and get a quick 2. As Sadie trying to back her way into the post. Spins to her right, cuts through the lane, loses the ball, still loose on the court, picked up by Sadie Simpson, and a Bear Lake Drug jump ball is called with the Malad Dragons in possession. Soda Springs with their 21st turnover of the game.
A lot of freshman mistakes out there right now too. Sadie is taking way too much time to get a shot off. They've got several baskets to make here to get back into this ball game, and she's taking too much of that time.
Well, Sadie and Casey will both be taking seats onto the bench as Casey picked up the last foul. That was her 4th. Ball inbounded by the Malad Dragons, taken by Sadie Simpson, gives off to Shawnee. Shawnee goes back over to Sadie, steps through a double team, steps up the court. She's fouled. This one, I believe, on Leilani Finlayson, and it is. Leilani picks up her 2nd foul, and with that, 2 more free throws coming up for Sadie Simpson, and the Malad Dragons again looking to try and add some more points onto the lead of 7. 41-34, 2 more free throws, and make it 42-34. A win with confidence for the Malad Dragons, and I'll tell you this, when we talk about the upsets and we talk about the mistakes that the freshmen have made that have helped that along, that's what we said the Cardinals needed in this game, was not in this game, but this tournament, was the freshmen were the wild card and what they would do. And they started out very strong in this game, but late in the game, they started to see things disappear as a shot from one of those freshmen. Danny Smith with 3. She's saying it ain't over yet, although with 8.4 seconds to go, it's a 5-point lead for the Malad Dragons. A timeout taken by the Cardinals as Wade Schwanevelt wants to talk things over. Still a gasp of life in the Cardinals.
See, that's the type of play they should have been running for the last 2 or 3 minutes. Get that 3-pointer up there. They might not hit every one, but they're good enough. They'd hit a good percentage of them.
42-37. The Soda Springs Cardinals will be defending the inbounds play of the Malad Dragons as the crowd here, not a huge one due to both teams being away from Western Idaho, but still a loud crowd and a fantastic atmosphere has been here for this game. 42-37. The Dragons playing without star Hannah Peterson, and with Sammy Williams playing with 4 fouls, and Emma Peterson playing with 4 fouls, and Sadie Simpson playing with 4 fouls. The biggest players on the court have played within themselves, have played smart, and have not given the Cardinals the opportunity to try and get themselves some momentum, as it'll be Shawnee Simpson to inbound. She has the right to run the baseline. She's one of the few I've seen who does it, as the ball inbounded to Love, and immediately she is fouled. Cassie will step to the line where she is 2 of 2. Casey Smith picks up the foul. That is her 2nd. Soda Springs, if things finish out this way with 7.3 seconds to go, and right now it looks like they will end up in the 11 o'clock game tomorrow, taking on the St. Mary's Lumberjacks. And the first free throw is good by Love, which puts a nail into the coffin, and that nail is about 6 feet long. And it gives them a 6-point lead. Casey Anderson into the game again. Rasmussen into the game as well. Free throw up and good. 2 for 2 on the trip, 4 for 4 in the quarter is Love. 6 seconds to go as Grawning brings the ball forward, spots up at the top of the key, fires a 3-ball, can't hit, and as the buzzer sounds, the Malad Dragons, jumping for joy, will celebrate an upset win, and win number 19 on the season sends them to the state championship as they upset the number 2 seeded Soda Springs Lady Cardinals and move on to the Ford Idaho Center tomorrow at 1:40. Soda Springs, falling 44-37, will play tomorrow against the St. Mary's Lumberjacks in a game that I don't think was expected to be played, and the Lady Cardinals will be having to try and find a way to bounce back from this disappointment to get a win tomorrow.
I don't have any doubt in my mind that they will bounce back. They're just a team that's got too much pride to go out of a state tournament this way. They'll come back tomorrow, they'll play tough, but they're going to have to play a tough opponent as well.
Absolutely, and we've watched St. Mary's, and it's another big opponent for the Cardinals to go against in their own right. We'll talk a little bit more about that, as well as close up this broadcast with KBRV The Bear and MyLocalRadio.com, bringing you the Real Dairy Shootout on your home for Cardinal Athletics.
This broadcast of high school sports is being made possible by the Mound Valley Cattle Company in Thatcher, Idaho, serving Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming.
When the time comes, you'll want true compassion balanced with clinical care for your mom or dad, grandma or grandpa. Edgewood Assisted Living Center in Soda Springs provides a warm, caring, and secure environment for individuals who need medication assistance, healthy meals, and assistance with daily activities. You can help by introducing them to our Assisted Living Center. Come on in for a tour and consultation. Find out about our monthly move-in specials and respite visits. Furnished suites are available. Call 208-547-0257. The Edgewood Assisted Living Center in Soda Springs, Idaho, a place to call home.
Here's a look at some of your Lalaton's food specials in Soda Springs for the week of February 16th through the 22nd. Grab yourself St. Louis-style pork spare ribs for $1.99 a pound. Boneless beef cross rib roasts are $2.79 a pound. Western Family 1%, 2%, or skim gallons of milk are $1.99 each. And don't forget about their Fillet Fresh $10 mix or match bags for fresh produce throughout the store. That's a look at some of your Lalaton's food specials for the week of February 16th through the 22nd.
Whether it's warm outside and you need an air conditioning system, or cold outside and you need a new natural gas furnace, Reed's Plumbing and Heating has what you need to keep your family comfortable, and there's never been a better time to convert to natural gas. With great service and expertise, Reed's is your all-weather friend in southeastern Idaho. Call us today, 208-547-4466, and we'll get right to work making your home comfortable and cozy. That's Reed's Plumbing and Heating at 208-547-4466. Natural gas, it's worth asking for.
Get it to go at Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs and Patterson Easy Way in Grace, Idaho. From pizza to potato wedges, from burritos to the jalapeno flavored corn dogs, from candy, clothing, car accessories, and fountain drinks, convenience is fun. And Patterson Quick Stop and Patterson Easy Way help to fill your needs conveniently. They have something for everyone: food, fuel, and fun at Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs and Patterson Easy Way in Grace. Right here, right now.
Welcome back out to the home of the Bishop Kelly Knights, as well as for the 2A Real Dairy Shootout. Caleb Berggraf alongside Kirby Martineau. And it's time for us to wrap up tonight's game. 44-37, the Malad Dragons upsetting the Soda Springs Cardinals as they come away with the win on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. And looking at the numbers, Malad, I think you have to think about Hannah Peterson as a big player, Shawnee Simpson is a big player, Emma Peterson is a big player, but the biggest player tonight was a no-name, not a no-name, but a young or a small senior that is a guard. And that is not what you think about when you think about the Malad Dragons. Cassie Love with 13 second-half points, all of her points coming in the second half, and all of them were needed.
Every one of them were needed. That was a good ball game to watch. It got exciting there toward the end, but really, Malad dominated that game, I thought, from the half point all the way through the end.
Absolutely, the Malad Dragons well-deserved on the win. They earned it. That is something that I don't think you can take away from them. They earned it. The Cardinals, while they did not play their best basketball, this was not a game the Cardinals lost by per se. it was a game that the Malad Dragons went out there and did what they needed to do to win. That's true with Cassie Love scoring 13 points, Sadie Simpson with 12 points. Those are the only two Dragons in double figures. They only had 6 players score on the night, and if you take out Sammy Williams' 1 point and Shawnee Simpson's 3 points, they had 40 of their 44 points come from 4 players, and that is not good balance, but on the same side, it is a definite confidence boost for this Malad Dragons team that they did it without even having a ton of girls out there putting up points. Malad was out-rebounded in the game, out-rebounded the Cardinals 16 to 13, or 18 to 13 in the game. That is a shocker in this game that the Cardinals were out-rebounded by that little, as the Malad Dragons had the much higher height advantage than them, but 25 turnovers for the Malad Dragons in the game as well. Sadie Grani did everything she could, 14 points in the game. She was the leading scorer. 10 points for Kirsten Rasmussen. They're the only two in double figures. Danny Smith had 3 points, 6 points for Jorianne Balls. Those were your main scorers for the Soda Springs Cardinals, who went 10 of 15 from the foul line, and that was another big piece. The Cardinals got fouled in the game. The fouls were actually about even on both sides. The difference was Malad got shooting fouls, Soda Springs got possession fouls.
That's true, and that makes a big difference in a ball game that's as close as what this one was. You look at the score, it doesn't look like it was that close of a ball game, but it really was. Soda Springs always had an opportunity to come back, and they had plenty of chances here in the second half, but they just couldn't make that key basket at that real critical point of the game.
And they did not hit a single three-point basket until Danny Smith scored the last points of the game for them with a three-point basket. That was their only triple from beyond the line, and that is not something that you can enjoy seeing if you're a coach, especially when you're Soda Springs. But it's much like Melba last night. You live by the three, and sometimes you die by the three, and that's what happened to the Cardinals here.
That is really true. I don't know that you could say that they died by the three because they didn't shoot it. You know, they just didn't take that many attempts at a three-point basket tonight. I kind of wonder if the results would have been any different had they taken more three-point shots. But I think one reason why they don't is because of the size of the Malad Dragons underneath that would get the rebound.
Cardinals once again falling 44-37. We're going to take another break. When we come back, our sports update will see us join Angelina Royal from the Soda Springs dance team as they're taking 2 routines to the state meets later on in this month. That is going to join us on the other side of the break on KBRV The Bear, your home for Caribou County Athletics.
This presentation of Caribou County Athletics is being brought to you by State Farm Insurance of Montpelier, Idaho. State Farm is here to help life go right. Call Scott at 208-847-0141 for personal service.
Let technology make life a little easier and give you peace of mind about your home. With affordable security and smart home options, SilverStar makes it easy to take the first step. Keep an eye on what's important to you and be able to act before an incident becomes an emergency. You're in good hands when you choose SilverStar. We've been bringing cutting-edge technology and star treatment customer service to Eastern Idaho and Western Wyoming for nearly 70 years. Call us today and ask about our starter security and smart home packages.
Hi, I'm Todd Hunziker. Most dealers focus on the experience you have just a few moments that you're in their store. At Hunziker Ford, we want to keep you happy forever, and to prove it, we offer warranty forever at no cost to you. So here's the deal. All you have to do is follow the maintenance schedule on virtually anything you buy from us, and the expensive powertrain components are covered forever. That's Todd Hunziker Ford, just east of Lava Hot Springs on Highway 30. It's just that simple.
Imagine a mining company who nurtures butterflies. At Monsanto, we plant wildflower seeds on recently mined land. The flowers support a thriving butterfly population, which then feeds small birds, who are in turn hunted by eagles and hawks. By paying attention to nature's detail, Monsanto sustains a broader ecosystem. That's one reason why 6 federal and state agencies have honored us with their highest award for excellence in annual operations. Monsanto. Imagine.
If you're looking for live local sports, local news, weather, live classifieds, and free photo downloads, search no more. MyLocalRadio.com has what you want. Watch your teams live or browse the tens of thousands of photographs of Wyoming, Utah, and Idaho high school events, from speech and drama competitions, rodeo, an array of different athletics, activities, community events, and so much more. Visit MyLocalRadio.com today and find what you're looking for.
Caleb Burgraff here with sophomore Angelina Royal from the Soda Springs dance team. You guys are just coming off of your district meet. First of all, you're able to make a statement, I think, to some of the other teams in the district, as well as take a couple of routines to state. How did you feel that the meet went overall?
I feel like it was really good. We had a lot of doubts because we have such a small team and a lot of new girls, but I feel like we really proved ourselves, and we're all really excited about going to state.
One of the routines that's most difficult for you guys, or for any team, I should say, is the military routine, just because of all the specific moves that have to be timed perfectly with each other. And you guys end up taking first place in that one. How did that feel, that not only did you do really well in the toughest event, but also really performed to the best of what anybody else could do?
We felt really good because we all have had not the best facials lately, because you have to keep your mouth closed the whole time. So keeping our mouth closed was kind of hard for us, but we're all pretty excited that we pulled it off.
Kick is the other routine that you guys are going to be taking to state. Which of those routines do you feel like you enjoy doing the most, and which one did you feel performed the best over there, despite what the judges were saying?
I think we did military best, but kick is definitely the hardest because we have to kick our legs very high for like 3 minutes straight, but kick is really fun and hard.
What's it been like this year with such a small team? You mentioned that kind of made it nervous going over there, but has it been hard this year in practices and just overall with a small team being able to keep the momentum going?
We've all been a lot closer this year than past years, and it's kind of harder to get all the changes down with a smaller team. A lot of things are more noticeable, so we're judged a lot harder than other teams, but we're still doing good.
When you think about what's coming up next, you have the state meet coming up in just about a month or so. Are you excited for that? And what is different about performing at a district meet compared to a state meet in your experience?
Yeah, we're all really excited about state, but at state there's a lot more people there and a lot bigger teams and a lot more teams and definitely more competition, because at our district we only went against like 3 schools, but at state we're going against all 2A and 3A schools.
The team this year for dance seems to be top-heavy and bottom-heavy. A lot of seniors and a lot of underclassmen like yourself on the team. What's that dynamic been like this year as far as the learning curve for younger dancers like you and for older dancers like the seniors?
The freshmen get stuff down pretty easily, and the seniors obviously have a lot of experience, so they get stuff down really easily, but it makes it better because the seniors and freshmen are a lot more close. Last year it was different.
What do you expect to learn from state? Again, obviously you go over there with the goal of winning, but with more years ahead of you as in the dance program, what do you expect to learn? What are you hoping to take away from your experience?
You get to meet a lot of new people, and it's an exciting experience to get out of your bubble and make contact with the other teams. And you might not always win, but it's for fun. So.
Well, Angelina, I really appreciate you talking with us, and good luck as you guys continue that preparation for that state meet.
Thank you.
Big thanks to Angelina Royal for joining us on our post-game show. As one final time, Caleb Burgraff alongside Kirby Martineau here as the gym has cleared out. And Kirby, final thoughts on this one. What is your final takeaway from this game?
Well, you know, it's a real disappointment for the Cardinals, especially for our 2 seniors. I know from the time they were freshmen, they always dreamed of winning a state championship when they were seniors. Fortunately for Kirsten Rasmussen, she had that opportunity when she was a sophomore, winning a state championship. But still, that's not the same as when you're a senior and you're the leader of the team and you come out and a team that you beat 4 times this year by 20 points eliminates you from the state tournament. But I will say that the Cardinals will come back tomorrow. They're a very classy team. They're not one that's going to hang their head more than just a few minutes until they get this out of their system. They'll come back tomorrow. They'll play hard. And I'll bet you anything that they'll play the best game of this tournament.
I would not be shocked either, because when you take that, when you take the anger, because there's going to be some anger from this as well, and put that into a final game, and when you realize that's your final game, particularly for Kirsten Rasmussen and Casey Anderson, that anger can be a big thing to lead you on. On the same side of things, it can be something that can hurt you, but I have a feeling that this team is going to come out and be very strong in that game against the St. Mary's Lumberjacks team that they have not seen, and neither side has any idea what they're going against other than what they've seen here at this tournament. And neither side really expected to be playing each other either.
That's true. These are two opponents that got thrown together just by I wouldn't say the luck of the draw, because Malad earned everything to get there. They played hard and they played smart, and they took it to the Cardinals tonight, won the ball game. I hope all goes well for them in the tournament. I'd like to see Malad win the whole thing.
Big props to the Malad Dragons, and good luck to the Malad Dragons tomorrow against the Ryrie Bulldogs in the state championship game at 1:40. We will be on the air here at 10:40 with an 11 o'clock opening tip. The pregame show will bring you another standout student as well as an interview with the St. Mary's coach. Hopefully we'll be able to grab Coach Sage Dixon from the Soda Springs Cardinals as well and get her on to the program as well. 44-37 your final score. Thank you again for tuning in. Until next time, until tomorrow morning, let's go Cardinals. Let's go Caribou County.
Thank you for tuning in to this edition of Girls Basketball on KBRV, The Bear, and online at mylocalradio.com. Local sports have been brought to you by Hunziker Ford, Monsanto, and Silver Star Communications. The proceeding has been a sports production and sports broadcast of Old West Media Incorporated and Cook Brothers Broadcasting. No portion of this production can be used or rebroadcast without express written consent of Old West Media Incorporated. Tonight's executive producer is Val Cook. We'd also like to thank our sales team of Julie Burley and Kim Miller, as well as our office manager, Kayleen Anderson, website manager, Garrett Wharf, and chief photographer, Warren Cook. Thanks to all of our fine sponsors and to you as well for tuning in. Be sure to visit mylocalradio.com/Soda Springs for archived copies of games and past interviews with players and coaches from across the county. And until the next time the teams of Caribou County take to the hardwood, goodbye and good night.